I love this song. What's up, everybody? How we doing today? Boom! I love the drums in this. Boom! How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. I can't believe where we are already in this year. Kind of flew by. I hope everybody's doing well. I put the music on early. Did you like that? Did it keep you on a little bit, keep you going? I hope so. So guys, today we're going to do a little talk about the fourth quarter, about how we're doing. And my name is John Ryan, Coffee Talk and Tech. We talk about tech, but we don't always talk about tech. We talk about the emotions of YouTube. We talk about our goals. We talk about our pain points, and we talk about the tech of starting a YouTube channel and streaming. So thank you for coming in. If this is your first time tonight, how's everybody doing? Let's check who is in the house. So I'm using StreamYard for the first time in a while, guys. So it's been a bit, and we're gonna check out who's in the house here. I haven't done this in a while on StreamYard, but I see you guys have been chatting it up. Look at this. Yo, Mark Brown, thank you for coming in. It was great chatting with you earlier too. We have Roxanne. You guys were early. She was asking for the music early. We got Cashew in the house. We got my mom in the house. What's going on? We got Giga Art. Woo! Waiting here. What's going on, Giga Art? We got No Brainer Rodrigo. No Brainer Languages. How you doing today? Abel's Treasures stopping in and saying hi. Teach me something. Kidding. I will sit back. No. Hopefully we'll learn something from each other. That's what it's all about. When you start discussing the things that we're dealing with the YouTube channel and your goals, whether or not your expectations were met for that month or that year or that quarter. So these are great things to discuss. Laquita and Corey. Let's go music is always appealing. Yeah, especially I think that was groove in that music. So guys, last second I was like, I think we got to have some people on. I want to have some perspectives. I want to have some people that started earlier this year. I wanted to have some people that have maybe been struggling, or maybe they've been excited. Maybe they're running over everything like a big freight train for that matter, you know, but different perspectives of where everybody is, how they kind of started. And I'm going to, whatchamacallit, Nightbot should be dropping the link in here soon, and we're going to discuss things. If it doesn't drop it in there, I will drop it in there. I just want to catch up with everybody and let anybody know that once the link gets dropped into the chat, you're welcome to come in and join. All you need is a pair of headphones, and you have to have a camera, and then you can come on in and we can discuss some of these things that I'm talking about. So let's catch up with who else is here. Daniel, the bearded. Yeah, we've been talking a little bit this week. It's great getting to know you. Thank you for coming by and checking the stream out. Don't anybody, don't be scared to jump on if that's the case and you want to talk about, hey, what's up, Patrick? What's going on? And we know this guy, he's backstage somewhere. I hope he's his router is working. He's got his hands up. That looks good. And Nick H. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in too. He's saying hi to Daniel. We have Martin here. He's saying hello to everybody, saying, yeah, catching you again at the end of my shift, 2 a.m. Great. Thank you for stopping in. There is the link. It didn't come up as a link though in this stream here, huh? What is Nightbot, not allowed to put a link in? So it put it in there, and you can copy and paste it, obviously. So that shouldn't be a problem for anybody. Let me know if anybody wants me to drop it in. I could just drop it in too, like that. I just dropped it in there also. Okay. Gosh, I got to catch up with everybody here. Let's see what's going on. Let's bring J.A. in, see how he's doing. Jeff is in the house. Let's see. Yo, how you doing? You making out okay?
I'm making out okay. If you can hear me, we're all good then.
You're breaking up a little bit and you're a little blurry, but let's see where it takes us, because I am showing a little bit of slow internet on StreamYard also. So
are you?
We're going to bear with it. We're going to grin it out and see where it goes.
Yeah, my speed test so now really solid. So I don't know. Maybe it's StreamYard. Maybe it's me yet. But everything is running fine here. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Sammy's in the house. How you doing? And yeah, we're working on it. We're getting there. We're getting close to a
yeah.
1,000. Can't wait. That's part of my fourth quarter goal. We got Sammy saying that I'm almost 1,000. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Doing it.
It's happening. Okay, question. Yes, this is StreamYard today, Sammy. I am using StreamYard today. I'm actually should be in 1080p. At least that's what I paid for. So we'll see what comes up.
Maybe we're choking it up though with our 1080p sends. Maybe it's just too much. I could always throttle mine back down if it's too much.
Okay, and no, it shouldn't be too much at all. Dan's here. He's saying you're looking great. Anything different tonight? Yeah, a lot different. So easy. Yeah, you know what I did? So just really quick, because we're starting to catch up a little bit. We're going to do those holiday streams, right, that are coming up. And we're going to do a little bit of like, the Halloween thing. And so you're going to have your people on Tuesday, and they're going to be dressed up. And I'm going to have people on Thursday, and we're going to be dressed up. And that's coming on the 26th and the 28th of October. And for that reason, what's not a better reason to pay for a little upgrade in StreamYard and make it easy all the way around to bring on 10 guests at a time if we like, and make it fun, make it easy, and enjoy it. So don't forget those dates. JA's channel on the 26th of October, mine on the 28th. You guys can dress up. We're going to be coming on just like we are today. I'll be dropping the info right in the chat, and basically going to be doing a show and having fun. That's what it's all about. It's fall, guys. The leaves falling. I don't know if you noticed that this week, man.
Yeah, I did.
The leaves are falling. So, okay, let me catch up with everybody here. Everybody's kind of saying hi. There's Ken. Thank you, man, for coming in. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Giga Art. Liked and shared the stream to the community. Thank you so much. So did anybody else notice that this week too? I noticed it yesterday, and I posted, I was able to post to the community for the first time, and I didn't do like a real great drop of it. I just dropped in like this picture that didn't really fit, but I was able to post into it, and that was like really cool, because now if you have over 500 subscribers, you can kind of just like post into the community, drop a little something, and say hi to your community.
I messed up.
Here's Mark. He's saying, so I shouldn't pay for StreamYard? Learning Ecamm at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing. Why not learn Ecamm or vMix, and then you can make it over there. Here's the deal, right? Even with my vMix, or maybe with your Ecamm, you can have 4 or 6 people. You know what? If we start having a lot of people just pop in here, want to come up, we'll be able to go as high as probably 10 people, and we can just roll with that and have a lot more fun. And it's way easier to use StreamYard to begin with, even though it's, it limits in some ways, but it doesn't limit in the fact of having fun. So that's what matters the most. The leaves aren't falling here yet in Western New York. Oh, I tell you what, just the last 2 days, they've really dropped a bunch by me. So it's starting to happen. Mr. Doma, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're doing well. And okay, I think we're caught up. Cruising on in. Yeah, you better be cruising on in. All right. So, Healthy Bearded's here too. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Hey, here's my buddy from high school, Chris. He's saying hi. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, tonight's going to be a little different night. So if you come on and hit that link that I dropped in there, or you copy and paste the link that Nightbot left, that's going to let you come in to the backstage. Just make sure if you're watching the stream currently that you'll just hit the mute button on the current stream, because you'll get double audio and it will make you kind of freak out. But yeah, you can basically jump on here and we could talk about goals, about your goals, about if they've changed if they've maybe sped up. Maybe you set a goal and you just ran it over like a truck. Maybe you've had to dial things back. You got family and things had to change and you had to make adjustments. So I'm kind of just curious to see where everybody stands with those thoughts. And I'll get into mine a little bit too. Anna, thank you. You remember Anna, right? You remember Anna?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm just something with my router. It's not working well.
She says, I'm glad catching your live. Yeah, I was glad catching a few of your lives, and also with Mommy Lala, I caught you, and also that you're doing your thing. I saw you started doing your thing, and that is awesome to see people like moving forward and with what they planned, and that's the most important thing. And I know Ken got a lot of raves. Dude, I would love to say word for word what I read on a message today. So Ken, someone had watched the interview between you and I got a message today in not Instagram, yeah, Instagram, and it was beautiful. It was basically, it gave me such good energy watching you and Ken, and inspiration, and we're always gaining positive things from watching my channel, and I was just like really floored. And then to have like Mark Brown sends me a message, and he's basically saying, got some things that are going on, and if I can use your help. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. I'm kind of excited about that. So I said, if you need any hands or anything, or a hand, or you want to reach out on Instagram to me at Coffee Talking Tech, just send me a message. I'll help out as best. Jeff's having some problems with his router and stuff. So I'm just going to keep going and see where he lands with this in general. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all you can do is learn from each other, and you learn from some of our mistakes and some of our successes. And that's the awesome thing, I think, about everything is it doesn't always necessarily mean you're learning because you had a success. I mean, we learn from failures, sometimes even more so. So I know that when I always bring this up, but I'll make a discussion about lighting, and I'll talk about how difficult some of the lighting was for me when I had gotten started, and what it took to get the correct lighting over time. But there's always things that we're dealing with in general. But here's Rodrigo. Great topic, John. I brought my career to YouTube, but I had different plans before the channel. I was going to start a brick and mortar business in my field, but it fell flat. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We're always making changes. We're always trying to, you might have to go with the flow, or you might have to totally rearrange things because of what's happened the last 2 years with your jobs and work, and the difficult things that it is to pretty much carry on a normal basis. Your router's looking way better now. Would you beat it? Did you beat it down?
I have thoughts. Could there be something with the vMix external out? Because as soon as I shut vMix, went straight through my cam link. It seemed to be freeing up resources. Something's not. It's trying to do multiple things at once. So we'll play with it, but It's a learning thing. So we're fine. I think we're fine.
I'm glad.
Does it look all right? We good?
Yeah, it looks good.
In fact, I think I dumped myself into 720. I could probably switch it back now to 1080 and see how that works.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I'm glad. That's what this should all be about. Right. And that's exactly what it is all about. Helping each other and through different pain points and discussions, and live chat reminder. Oh, I set mine. I actually went into there and set it. So it should be before the stream. Thank you
so you're breaking up
for the case. But just in case, I'm going to drop that link again so you don't have to go and find it. That's the link to come in backstage if anybody wants to come in. There's Dr. Rob Allen again. Thank you for coming in. And so obviously you guys kind of see where I'm at. And it's pretty straightforward that I am looking to, get monetized by the end of the year. So that is my goal. I've pretty much set silent goals for myself all along, and I've made it pretty much to every goal, even though it's been like really close on timelines and stuff. But in all, it's been pretty good because, again, I did have to make adjustments on everything. I see you back there, Patrick, by the way. So how you doing? We'll bring you in a sec. We got the first person that's going to come in and say hi.
Victim.
And he's a familiar face, by the way. And it's just like, going with the flow, but I'm right there. So basically, I'm just going to stay with what we're doing. Going to keep the live streaming. Of course, I would like to do more of my videos, but I know I've said this before. Some of it's a little bit of an excuse, but moving this year has been really difficult. And then if anybody in the family gets sick at all for a week or this or that, that kind of almost puts you 2 weeks behind easily. But they're all kind of just excuses because in some shape or form, you're trying to deal with your stresses and your pain points and your time limits and balance the family. And those are some of the things that I'm going to work on in the next year. And Jeff is probably exactly in the same boat.
I mean, I wouldn't call them all excuses. There's a difference between reasons and excuses, of course. Excuses are where you could do something, but you chose not to, and you made up a reason why that justified that. The other one is my car broke down, so I couldn't get to the party. That's a reason. You know what I mean? So we have to, it's good to define it, but I'm with you. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of introspection going on with my reasons, my excuses, whatever they may be. It's a constant vigilance, right? I mean, to make sure that we're not, stepping on ourselves a little bit.
But you got to be realistic with yourself, and you gotta attack those goals. And even when you think you're not moving forward, you got to keep moving forward. But I'm going to bring in Everyday Tech. You guys are familiar with him. His name is Patrick. We're going to bring him in.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, sir?
Wait, before we begin, let me just in honor of Jeff here, let's just change this up to.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
You know what? Just
my guy.
Since you brought it up, and
Patrick votes purple. I love it. He's now my best friend ever.
Team Purple.
We're besties. We're Team Purple. Yeah, we got Team. Oh, there we go. This is going to make people are going to go nuts watching all this purple.
All right.
It's perfect for Halloween.
New lights in. So anyway,
Laquita said Nightbot is a fun guy. Great topic of goals tonight.
Yeah, but don't. Yeah, but he's not dependable. Don't trust him.
He's not. Don't trust him.
Don't trust him.
So, Sammy's saying my new goal is getting to 500, and that's a feasible goal, very feasible for you.
He's close, right?
He's close.
Yeah, and you just keep on with those goals, and at some point, I remember in the beginning, and you've guys seen the streams. You'll be like, "Hey, there's John streaming 500 subs," and then it was like, I was just so blown away and excited, every time a new like milestone got hit. And so I would get like overly excited about it.
I know.
And want to like tell the world almost,
I do that to you all the time. I always feel bad because I'm like, John. And then it was funny because the day I said, John, something about 180 subs. And he's like, I remember 100. And you probably do. Like,
oh, yeah.
You do remember these things because they're so fresh yet. And they were so important at the time. Obviously, it was spread out. But I always go, he's just going to lose my number.
Yolanda, thank you for coming in, just even saying hi. I appreciate that.
Hi, Yolanda.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I could tell, like, even Patrick, is the same way. Mm-hmm. He even says it in his streams, like, that he's just, like, excited of where he is, and he'll be sitting there, and he'll be like, oh, I got, 10 people watching. I'm so excited. And you could hear it in his voice, and that is, like, really exciting to see people react to that, But anyway, since you're here, you might not be new for everybody. So just tell people what your channel is about, and start out. Just give me your biggest pain point, if you have one this year that you've come up against.
Oh, where do I start with pain points? But anyway, let me start with my channel. My channel is Everyday Tech. My tagline is Everyday Tech for Everyday People. And basically, I started the channel wanting to do just tech reviews because I just realized I had so many things just even in this room itself that I could just talk about, and I think people would relate to it. Not necessarily the latest and greatest, and people are like me, always looking for a bargain, but always wondering if these things are worth it or not. So I feel like I can bring a different perspective to different people. So
Yeah, I know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think all of us here kind of feel the same way about having affordable equipment and being cost effective.
Yep.
And that's a big reason why we have the discussions we have, you know. And then we do the tests on the things that we do tests on, you know. And I'm excited to get something and say, oh, this works really good for this price point, and it's going to save a lot of people a lot of pain. Okay, and so what has been your biggest win this year?
I would say starting the channel for sure and continuing it and not worrying too much. Although, I've had some goals.
Would you say not
that
wearing
I've
too
hit.
much makeup?
No, not that. But even like not worrying about the numbers too much. Although I did hit my goals this year of numbers, and my goal was to get, we're talking about steamrolling over numbers.
Yes.
My goal was 300 subs by the end of the calendar year, and I'm at 520 right now. So
Yeah, so you're blowing that out of the water.
But even like moving forward, maybe my goal is 600, but no, my goal is to get some regular, just be even more regular this year. So that's been my biggest win, is just to be regular as far as my videos are concerned. So yeah.
So just be regular, be consistent, and then whatever reaps out of those consistencies and those habits weekly and whatever it brings.
Yeah,
And
the subs will come and the numbers will come, but just got to keep being consistent. So
right. And I agree 100%. And that's what I was talking about. Like, I remember early on this year, when I wasn't live streaming, right, I went into like, I think February, March, and April, and for 3 or 4 months, something like that, I did a video every week, every single week. And I was like, wow, this is great. This is the consistency I need. And then something bad happened. I found out that I love streaming, and I jumped into the streaming, and then I was like, oh my God, how do I balance this now? And I'm still like fighting with that, because I think all of us here also, again, really enjoy streaming, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to enjoy it actually more. So
yeah, I can see that by the reaction.
It's not torture. It doesn't seem like it's torture to you.
it's not.
So that's, you seem to be enjoying it as you get your feet under you. And, I think you've kind of crossed that from what I've seen. Like you seem much more comfortable at this point.
For sure.
Yeah. And just doing it makes it happen. I mean, you just got to get out there, go through the streaming, and you're going to mess up. There's going to be mistakes. And you're not going to make a fool out of yourself, because, I mean, look at the small percentage of the people that are actually doing it. And it's not an easy thing to do. So I give you any kind of credit for, just doing it in general. And I think that's great. So going live in 10 minutes, great show, bud. Oh, no problem. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi, by the way. I appreciate that. And Anna is here. He says, can you all talk about the purple light? Is there something about streamers that have a purple light? I see a lot of purple light. Should I? Well, I did a live stream like 2 Saturdays ago talking about the color of your studio and how you can cast light onto the background of the studio more effective by the color of your paint. And then you could take the LED lighting, which I have all the links for. But please watch the whole video, because I've had a couple people come back and they're trying to cast the light on windows, and they're trying to cast, and you know who you are, and you're trying to cast the light on wood and stuff like that. It doesn't always work with that.
Purple, as far as the color purple, for me anyway, from looking around and playing around with every color spectrum there is, it does seem to have that vibe. There's just something about it lends too dark if you're looking for that, and it's like vibrant and dark at the same time. It's really hard with like orange, and orange starts to clash with what you're wearing. I mean, there's something to the color purple lending itself to be almost like this perfect background color. Certain blues work really well, but yellows and getting into greens. Green's just kind of a funky, like it's not a pleasant color to look at, honestly. Like that's awful. It looks like
It's kind of weird, right?
it's weird. Like there's certain colors that just don't seem to
See, I like
to
this a
vibe.
lot.
Yeah, there's that. I like teal, like that. Getting to that gray teal, kind of like where
And
you're
I
at
can
right
bring
now.
it down and not have it so
Yeah,
true, you know?
that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts.
And then,
Don't do that. Patrick's gonna leave us. if you
dark
do that.
blue.
Yeah, blues, purples, but like do an orange. Like get into it like a brown orange. It's just not. I don't think it's really that
Oh,
pleasant.
that would be kind of like this.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm
Especially
telling
with my
you.
skin color, but here.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I'm very limited with the skin color here. It's ghost. It's called ghost. I'm an eggshell ghost color if I was a paint, and so it's
I'm gonna
really
ghost
hard.
you. All right, so
Yeah, I hope that helps.
So basically, Patrick though, and just to hit record, Ken says, I don't know, Anna. I choose blue. LOL. But you're right. I see a lot of purple, and yeah, absolutely. And she's saying, oh wow, that does make a difference. Yeah, all those colors, and that's by having the correct color of paint that really cast on there. You know,
You have
and
to
everybody
start with
thinks
that.
it's white. It's not necessarily white is the best either. So, but Patrick, I got one more question for you. Just a shot in the wind, you know, it's kind of like fast forward in a way. But say 2022, because I don't know how everybody else feels. I just feel like this year flew by so fast.
Do you think?
Pretty October.
That's why I was like, wait a second, is this like really the end of the year already? It just felt like it just happened so incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And I was questioning, what the heck is going on? And I said, you know what? I just want to get into this a little bit and talk to everybody and figure out what they're thinking. Cause I just felt like the year went by and
It did.
I was like questioning my own self. Like, what are my goals? And I was like, I can't just look past the fact of right now, just, keep doing what I'm doing, get monetized. And that's the goal for now. And that would be it. But if you're into next year, like, and I know it's hard to like, say it to yourself out loud, but is like your goal next year to get monetized?
Oh, for sure.
For
There's
sure,
no
right?
doubt. Yeah, because I realized I cut myself too short as far as what can be possible, So then I'm getting more confidence in that way, and then the live streams are giving more confidence, even in because most of my content is recorded video. And
Right.
that's the beef of my, the meat of my content. So then these lives are actually, I'm using my lives to help me do those videos as I'm doing playing around with some stuff. And then you go,
Yep.
and you commented on this, my last video. Oh, I saw I got a preview of that last live stream. And so that's what I'm using the live streams for. So.
Cool.
I use them. I've been using them as I prepare too. And you and I are very similar. We both use Notion. We kind of use them as a planner and all that. And I'm backwards from you guys because I think there's an advantage to doing the recording first and kind of flushing out a flow. It's a little bit difficult to get into the live stream and then, kind of go back because your mind it's like studio recording versus live playing. It's a little bit different with overlaps, but I like the idea of lives as using that to cut out slices of content. They create ideas, they cultivate ideas, and then you can take them and move and nurture them into a longer recorded video. And I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that idea a lot.
Mommy Lala's here. She says, walk up light. Hi, everyone. Hi, John and
Hi,
Jay.
Lala. How you doing?
Lala, just so you know, and anybody that's watching, if you want to come on the show, talk about the goals for the third quarter. And it doesn't matter if you're new. It doesn't matter if you've been around for a bit. Everybody has different goals and different positions and, in their life. And so I just want to know if anybody's got any goals, they can jump in here and we can discuss them. Really quick, Sammy says, I'd rather watch an interview live on a stream. And if you missed it, watch the replay or a pre-recorded interview that is well edited. Would I rather? I always prefer It really depends who it is.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth.
You know, it depends because some people are actually really, really good at lives, and there's something about sharing the experience all together that makes it that risk taking in a way live and share. And then there are other people who really benefit from editing, and because of the flow of the way it went, the interview, it's better set. And also maybe there's some things you want to are better if you add B-roll or other things to accentuate, augment the point that is being discussed around. So I think it depends on the interview and the topic that's being discussed, maybe.
I think so too. Definitely does. And that's why I always
Good question.
if it were me doing the interview, I would always prefer to do it live. I just think it's a different vibe. You get to see a bit more of a real person. I always feel if it's edited that you can always miss out on people's personalities to an extent because they just want to edit that out because it was maybe a little uncomfortable or it wasn't perfect. I would rather see those imperfections and just know really what that person's all about.
I think if you pre-produce that interview well enough ahead of time and you can have some B-rolls to pop up on screen or whatever those assets are. But I think if you do that and you plan that out well enough that it flows, you're better suited to do it live. If you're doing post-production, just depending, I think I don't want to say it's a crutch, but I think it's a workaround for maybe something that didn't go as well. That's my sense. Unless you have to whittle it down. You're like, I got to whittle all this material down to 20 minutes for some quick hitter. And then that's a different story, I guess.
I think so. I agree. But it's just me, I guess, just live streaming so much and just.
What about you, Patrick? What do you prefer?
Well, for interviews, for sure, the live. I mean, you just want that real time reaction.
Sure.
And there are some people who just cannot do a recorded video. They're just really good live.
Yeah.
And so what they do is really just chop off the front, chop off the end, and just make that their recorded videos as well. So that's kind of an idea. Like they kind of really use that live, recorded live basically, and then recorded live content is what they're doing really. And so,
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to see more and more of that anyway. Here's the thing, though. Like, I think kind of YouTube has to get with some type of algorithm for the full-time streamer. Because
discoverability is not awesome, I don't think.
It's not the same. Right. And so... And the payout, because people are putting ads up in the views and that adds up to ad revenue.
Right.
And so it's kind of like if you do a live, though, you can get super chats, you can get buy me a coffees, you can get that stuff. But it's just a different feel. And I think people are just going to pretty much follow the money before anything else.
And just to kind of circle back, I mean, there is another aspect that Ken from Just Hit Record just popped down there, and that is the engagement aspect. So some interviews are set that engagement's just going to disrupt the flow. So you really don't even want that. So then, again, it's just a show with an interview, and that can be very valid and very important not to have that engagement. But yeah, if you really want engagement, then you got to do it live.
Right.
Cutting that up after is just going to be a mess, I think. But
I would, like I said, I just prefer to see, like Sammy's thinking, no, I wanted to make the replay people happy. And
are there that many?
I don't really know if that's a good answer for me, because I want people to see a raw live. I don't like to change much, because then if you go and change a lot, your live chat gets taken out, and that is like part of the whole thing. You want to be able to see the live chat. You want to be able to see the discussion that's going on the side along with that live. And so
Again, assuming that particular interview is even going to engage with chat. I mean, there are some interviews that are just straight up interviews, 60-minute type interviews. They're not really out there. And that to me is better still suited live, just for the shared engagement and the shared experience. Anytime you can do something live, that's the only thing left that we really can do that's a shared experience. That's why sporting events still do so well, because it's really one of the last things that we have that is kind of shared. We used to all watch James Bond on Sunday nights, right? And go to school the next day and talk. You know what I mean?
I was watching Wild Kingdom or something.
Oh yeah,
like
you
that.
know what I mean. But like a Sunday night movie, and then the next day we'd all talk about it at the school water cooler. We don't have that anymore because everything is so splintered in our streaming habits or our watching habits. So the shared experience is really, YouTube's one of the last places for that, honestly. So it's still kind of unique and cool.
One of the ones that's most effective too. So
agreed.
So are you're going to stay consistent with your stream time on Sundays, Patrick?
Yep. That's the plan. But as far as you were
Let us
talking
know
about,
that. What is the time? Remind us again what
yep,
time.
Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead, finish if you were going to say.
Yeah, as far you were talking about like even the last part of the year goals for me, even that consistency, part of the when we're talking about pain points, it's just getting out of video sometimes. It's just like, oh, I have this ready, but I don't really edit it until like a day or two before I'm getting it out. What I'm trying to do now is do record 2 videos a week, but just release one and just kind of have that backlog, and that'll kind of
Yeah.
help relieve some of that stress as far as I need to get out a video this week and try to have a catalog of videos, and then just
Right.
have fun on the streams after that. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Just
Yeah,
like have that video as like a buffer zone, just in
exactly. Yeah,
case. And this way, if something does come up, then it's not like you're okay. This is what this video's for. Okay, I'm going to put
Right.
this in here.
Right.
yeah,
And that's great. All those kinds of things are going to take your stress levels and the way you put things together. It's going to make you enjoy what you're doing. And then when you enjoy it, it just comes out in everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. And I was beating myself up a little bit with the videos because I know I can get a video done in 2 days. And I was beating myself up because I should have a couple more out. And I was like, you know what? I can't do that right now. It's just like so much going on with school. There's so much going on with, family life and work and everything. I'll get to it when I get to it, but I don't want to stop at all the streaming because this means more to me, and the engagement and the people that I'm meeting has been and this, Patrick, and Jeff knows this. The people that you meet streaming, it's just incredible sometimes the effects that it has on everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like when people raid you and stuff.
That has an effect on you. There's no doubt about it. So,
So my interviews are doing well on my channel. The last interview from 1 week ago was 170 views. So people are watching. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. The more you keep on doing it consistently,
Yep.
then you're going to build that kind of algorithm, and it's going to start looking for that. And I'm starting to see that happen with me, or something's happening for that matter. So I just keep on rolling with it and see where it takes me. But here is Over the Top, WME, which
how are you?
stands for wife, mother, entrepreneur. I got that right. I had to think about it.
Colette, right?
Yeah, that's Colette.
How you doing?
She
girl?
says, "Hey, yes, I love this," and yeah, it's a good discussion to have because we're all in the same position, somewhere on the road and somewhere on the journey. So, Patrick, you want to hang with us for a while, or you want to?
I wanted to come on early because I need to go pretty soon. But
Okay.
yeah, and it's only going to get
Bye.
better from here. So before I go though, happy anniversary to both of you.
That's so, yeah. So weird. You gotta.
Yeah,
It's so funny you bring that up. We actually sent photos to each other of the flowers we bought
Drop
our
the
wives, and it was just surreal. I don't know, man. I feel like he's lying that he has the same anniversary as I do.
yeah.
But-
So first of all, I was supposed to say that in the beginning of the stream, so I want to give a cheer to Everyday Tech, right, for remembering about our anniversary, and I want to give a shout out to Jeff for his anniversary,
Yeah.
and my anniversary today, also 15 years. And so
21
I want to give a
years.
shout out to my wife. I got her flowers, and Jeff got flowers. How many years for you, Jeff?
21.
21 years.
Wow.
All right.
It's a minute.
All right, Patrick. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for telling us about what you're up against. And thank you for telling us like a positive thing, which was, you set this goal for these subs, and then you basically you crushed it and ran it over with like a train. And that's what it's all about. Like, I love that stuff. It's not always about, this huge
See how
challenge.
annoying that is? See how annoying that is?
And I can't live up. I like the stories of people crushing the goals that they get, because lately it seems we don't hear enough about the crushing, and I like that. And that's a great positive thing that people can take away, because I want to hear I want to hear what's your pain point, but I also want to know what you're killing too. So. But thank you for coming on, and we'll see you again soon. And I always appreciate you coming in and saying hi.
Absolutely, Patrick. Thank you so
for
much,
having me.
man.
And
So
next
great
time
to
I'll
see you.
get the memo of a black shirt too. So I'm sorry.
Well, you got everything else
Yeah.
covered, though. You got that purple background. Maybe pick up
Right.
an RE320 while you're at it. Just throw that up there.
There is this. I have this little shop that you can order the black shirt if you want to. So. No.
Yeah, you can pick up any black shirt. Don't
when
don't
we
let him
have
bully you into it.
When we have the barbecue one day, I'll get some shirts for everybody.
Do we have to buy them though? Like literally, is that like our ticket to get into your barbecue?
If you guys make it here, if I invite you for a barbecue next year, then you guys can all get shirts for free.
It's all going to be size small. You watch. All
We'll
going to
see.
be small shirts. I won't be able
Mediums.
to fit.
Yeah.
Schmediums. Yeah, you guys be
Schmediums.
walking around all tight.
All weird and like uncomfortable, hot.
All right. Well, thank you, Patrick. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Later,
All
Patrick.
right. Bye. Oh, that was good. That was a good story. So I appreciate that.
He is
hearing-
crushing it, and he to me is one of those that you watch, and he's doing a lot. I'm sure in his mind he's doing this, but I feel like his output, his wavelength is really steady. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like he's one of those to aspire to when it comes to that kind of steady Eddie of trying to do both and get his just. I like that. And then he's crushing, and it shows how he's doing that, and he's crushing it. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you serious that we can join on the stream? Absolutely, Mark. That's
betcha,
the
Mark.
intent for today. The link is dropped in here several times, so don't be hesitant. As long as you have some headphones and you have a camera, then you're welcome to come here and tell your stories. So
And a bad attitude.
and a bad attitude.
And a bad attitude.
Yeah, I mean, someone in here said the batching is the way to go.
It is the way to go.
It is the way to go, and
It's hard
you
to
have
get going, but it's the way to do it. I mean,
that
ultimately.
mindset.
Even if you're not there yet, put it on your radar to always try to move towards is batching. If you can get any kind of that stuff going, that's what I'm in the process right now. It's not easy, but if you
No.
can at least work towards it, you're aware of it, it will start to come to you little by little. You can't force it.
Absolutely. So I see Crafters Mode. She's stopping in here for the first time. I
Hi,
don't
crafters.
believe,
Welcome. I don't know you, but glad
Yeah.
to know you. Glad you're here.
I was going to say I don't believe I've seen her face before. So
No, let us know
let's
what you're
drop
doing.
Drop
Confetti.
or let's push up a
Push
little
up confetti.
Just
Let's
push it
blow
up.
the
Blow it
confetti
up.
upwards because that's gravity.
Right,
Makes
because
sense.
this is or drop it. So
That's better.
Drop
That
it
makes
like
more-
it's hot. Drop
I don't
it
know.
like
The
it's
blowing
hot.
it up kind of makes me kind of. I have that somewhere. I download all that from my Wavelength
You know,
or my
you don't
Stream
like
Deck.
it.
No, I like it, but I haven't used it for a while. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, I did. What did I do?
I don't
Yes,
know.
you did it.
I don't know.
I did something.
Don't give him all sorts of hand claps.
I don't
It's
know
going to
what
go to
I
his
did.
big head.
Yep, the incredible equality of people that you meet when live streaming is so valuable.
It is
Yeah,
true.
I agree with that. That's true. Happy anniversary, John and J.A. The world is really small. Yeah,
That-
Scrap Stash. Tracy, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. I
It is
appreciate
small.
that so much.
People think it isn't, but it is. I think there is a 6 degrees of separation in this world somehow.
And I think Chris, I wanna believe. Now he was a year ahead of me in high school.
Or were you a year behind?
I want to believe I was a year behind him. I want to believe he's just celebrated like 32 years.
Oh my. Well, I did add up. I'm actually at 30 years of being together with this poor person.
Chris, if you're still watching, I want to know
Congratulations.
how many years, because I saw your picture recently of your anniversary. I thought it was 32
incredible.
years, and
Yeah.
he's only like 53 or 50. No, he's like 51-ish or 52. So it's something close to that. So thank you.
Man,
Thanks, everybody.
he's been married, like, there are people who've been married 6 times in that, that period. Dog the Bounty Hunter has been married 6 times in that 30 years. It's crazy.
Oh, that's true, Danielle. My wife is saying you should have used the mug that we had for our wedding night, because we had coffee
Oh,
mugs.
okay.
And then we gave coffee away in the mug to people. as a
That's
gift.
fantastic. You're
And
serious
so-
about the coffee, too.
Yeah, so people don't realize this, and I want to. It's a good chance for me to explain a little bit what coffee talk is, because everybody's like, "Oh, he doesn't ever talk about coffee."
No,
and
no,
I just
that's not the
finished.
point.
I actually have a tiny bit left in here, but Coffee talk
pirate
in the
mode.
Northeast, yeah, you do too. Basically means like just shooting the breeze about whatever the discussion is. It's coffee talk.
It's
you know?
sitting on the porch or in a diner, and you're talking over any subject that just is that important of that
Right.
topic that day. It's an idea, right? It's
Look up Coffee Talk from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my
and
God.
You will get the idea of what it is.
Oh, that's
okay?
a great. Yeah, that's aging us. Oh my goodness.
So I just want to explain because that's what it is.
Thank you.
Coffee Talk in the Northeast is just basically shooting the breeze, talking about stuff. And that's what the channel is, right? It's not just always tech. It's Coffee Talk and Tech, where we're incorporating tech and we're discussing different topics about streaming or about it could be even like your anxiety about
Yes,
doing
right.
a first stream, you know?
Because
So-
because
so
our point
broad.
our point is that getting your tech to work great is awesome, but that only goes so as far as you are running in good shape too. Like the tech's got to be working, but you also have to be firing on all cylinders as well. Otherwise,
Right.
you're just getting a lot of inefficiencies, and you're not really using it to the best of your ability. BGG Beard Reviews.
Yeah, that's
Who's
a first
this?
time
Hey, Mark.
for them coming in, and I love
sequence.
the community of all you guys coming in and really supporting me, and it was really just all meeting through Dan C and Mark and so many great people, and that have been Beards and Banjos. I've gone
yeah,
into,
right.
we talked a little bit, and it's just like some great people that we've been meeting along the way. Hey, Aaron, yeah, I'm almost there.
Hey,
bro.
Aaron. Good to see you.
Almost there.
Well, the Llama PJs is running out of time fast, unfortunately.
Please enjoy the virtual cake. Thank you, Laquita.
Is it
and
tiramisu?
Laquita will probably be like the healthiest cake we ever had.
Right, but whatever. That's fine.
Right.
Sure, tastes
I
good.
don't mind that either. So I got Brian in the background, actually. He's here, Brian Paul. I'm going to bring him in after this question. Danielle Ryan's asking, did Jeff
Yes.
give you the idea of get me flowers? No.
Yes.
No. We were actually talking today, and he said
Most
he got
certainly
flowers, and I said, so did I. And I actually sent him pictures of the flowers today.
Let's just start. I sent you a picture first, and then you sent me.
flowers?
Yeah, it's in your Facebook Messenger. I sent you that.
Oh, I never saw it. Sorry. Sorry.
That's so deflating.
I'm sorry. I didn't see
God.
that one.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. I love having you.
We always had love having you on, man.
Okay, so let's bring Brian in here. He's back here, and he's got these badass headphones. that you gotta check
Has he
these
got
out.
radio headphones on?
Yeah, look at these.
Hey, how's
Look
it
at
going?
that.
Oh my! Are those new red radios?
I wanted to bring the fire, so I've got these.
Oh my, that is
hot
fire.
rod headphones. Yeah,
Are those the
You
Beats? What do we
brought
got?
the
What,
heat.
what is this?
this is
What
like Amazon special. These are great.
They look fire, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I say you look.
Chrome
You
and
really.
everything. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I know you've been working your background. I love the direction. Those lights on that dark. There was a little bit of a dark void back there. Whatever you did back there, I'm just giving you my 100% on that. I love it.
Yeah,
you
and
look,
it doesn't
you
even
look
look
really
like
good.
you don't have to like really clean well. It's just like it's blurry enough where we can't tell if anything's messy.
That's called full frame sloppy.
Yeah, so
right.
like you don't have to be clean if you have full frame. Just blur it all out.
Oh, the beard
Okay.
looks good, man. You look good, man. It's good to see you. I'm glad
So
you jumped on.
since Brian Paul's here, we actually have another person who jumped in the background. I figure I'll bring two people in now, and then we'll just roll with this really quick with
Dicey.
both of them, and we'll go through both, and we can get some answers and talk, and not have too many people on just in case. And here's this guy, Christmas Clatter. Todd, how are you?
Owen.
Doing well.
Good to
Okay,
see
nice.
you, Todd. Hey, by the way, great interview with the Hallmark book guy the other day. I checked on that. That was
Oh yeah, with Brandon Gray. Yes.
really. I got to get that book, man.
Yeah.
got to get that
you need
book.
to check it out.
Yep.
Link in the show notes and description.
I know. I saw it.
Such a professional.
I love it. No, it's good.
Here's Amateo Bracket
Amateo.
Reviews.
Hey, Amateo.
He's saying hi to everybody. How you doing, Amateo? Amateo has been with me from pretty much almost the very start, early
He
on
has.
with us, and
He
so
has been, yeah.
we love seeing him too.
Hard worker.
And we got Flash in the Pan is here. Ed.
Hey, Flash.
And I met Ed at Lita also this past year
Mm-hmm.
in April, and he's got a great channel that is rocking and rolling. And I always just stop in and just say hi here and there, and it's lots of fun. So
Yeah.
all right, so quickly. Well, we don't have to be that quick, but I want to get to the point. The whole
these
point
guys outta
is
here.
what is your channel about? And we'll start with Brian because he came in first. And what is your biggest pain point that you're moving forward right now? And no, you can't make an hour show out of the pain point problem.
Well, that's
You
funny.
could.
Yeah. Well, I know me. My show is, or my content's still really kind of fluctuating.
Right.
I'm very aimed towards tech, and I think I'm trying to finesse, like in the planning phases, of course. Now, so the pain point is haven't made any videos. But besides the point, I'm trying to find my audience. I don't know.
We're right here, brother.
I know.
We're here, man. We're listening.
We're right here.
Where are you guys? I can't find you
Oh my
anywhere.
God.
Ah,
Peekaboo.
he's looking for stuff that's right in front of his face.
I don't know, man. Open your eyes, bro.
No, I mean, what I mean is like, I want to do like some like, I don't know, high end amateur like video stuff, because like, you know, I've been doing video forever,
Yeah.
and I don't need to tell anybody with Aries what they're doing, but like also I don't want to scare somebody that's just getting started with thinking they have to go get a full frame camera. But you know, I want to be there for that like step up if
Right.
if somebody's
Yeah.
ready to take that step. So it's kind of just balancing how to deliver my message to that beginner and that intermediate, and not like, you know, just finding my voice, I guess, is really
Right.
what it is.
So just in case anybody doesn't know where Brian's coming from, he is a 8-time regional Emmy
Emmy.
winner. Okay, and mostly in what type of films is it? It's
So it's like documentary,
Documentaries,
and yeah, and I did a lot of children's like science type stuff.
Right.
Just like content you'd see on PBS, basically. Is what,
And not to
that's what I
put, I'm sorry, but not to put the pressure and weirdness on you, but like, I think for anybody watching who has their own doubts, it's, I don't want to make it, this is weird, I'm going to use you as an avatar, but how inspiring it is to see somebody who is so adept at what they do in filmmaking. And they're also struggling. They have pain points, and it may be different. You know how to make it, but everybody has different variables of pain points in the equation of putting this product out. And so everybody should feel good that everybody's dealing with something. And it's great on you for putting it out there. That's all.
Yeah, and I wanted to tell people that so they know of how successful you are in your business, and then what kind of thoughts go through your head when then you start your own YouTube channel. So there are going to be those types of things that you might be battling with, that, you know, it could be as simple as and relatable to anyone just even doing anything. And we're all starting, like, even when someone has a vast experience like you do with the equipment, it's like you're still starting from a same point of in a different way. You know?
definitely.
But it's really awesome though, because I think that when you see all these people start from different positions and different jobs and different backgrounds, and you know someone's got a little advantage here or doesn't have one here, I like looking at that stuff and saying, look at that person still made it happen.
Yeah, it's good to know that everybody doesn't have the exact same steps of stones on the journey.
Right.
And that makes it more interesting. And it ought to just, I don't know. Otherwise it'd be like, oh, everybody's got the same thing. We just can't work the camera. And then if we just figure out how to use the camera, we'll be fine.
Right. I mean, you guys do just an amazing job and do some of the things that I struggle with so well. And yeah, I can edit really, really easily, and I can shoot a camera, and I know how to light, but how to sustain a show, like, this is,
we still have no idea.
It blows my mind how well
We
you guys
yell at each other after every show.
If we didn't have you
failing.
guys, it would never work. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to jump over to Todd,
Thank you, Brian.
and this way we can bounce over back and forth and ask him the same thing. What is your channel about? Let people know what your name is, the channel, and what is
The Christmas tree is probably a little bit of a leader, and we already know a little bit.
Yes.
Go for it.
Well, I have my YouTube channel is Christmas Clatter, and we just talk about everything Christmas all year long. You know, the movie.
All right, thanks for coming, Todd.
Anyway, so Brian, love the red headphones. Fantastic. We love you, Todd. We're just messing with you.
So yeah, and tell people here, because it's a big deal. What did you do very recently for the first time?
I started live streaming.
Yeah.
Love it, dude.
Yeah,
Love it.
I started a couple weeks ago. I got my first one in the books. I had to wait a week in between because I already had a recording schedule, set. So I didn't want to, move those dates around. And then I jumped back on last night and had my second one, and it went really well. I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. Because it's like as soon as you hit done, you're done.
Yeah, right. There isn't this extra pressure. Well, I got to go edit this thing. I got to go blah blah blah. I can move on. And
yeah, but the one last night, I'm probably am going to repurpose because it was a top 5 list kind of thing, and so I'll kind of clean it up and make it a little bit within 3 or 4 minutes.
But like what John was saying, and I look at you guys and I see other people and they're like Ken and Mommy and all these people. I noticed that so many people they just love to have conversations. And this is, I think, why everybody loves live streaming in that particular group. It's just they love to talk. They love to have real conversations about different things and with people in different parts of the world. So I think we all enjoy that, and that's exciting to me.
So really,
I do that. I started Christmas Clatter as a podcast. And
Right.
I've been doing podcasts for 2.5 years,
right?
And started this year for expanding into YouTube. And I've always had people on. I always explain it to them that when I have people on an interview, I say it's like talking to your favorite cousin at the holidays.
Yeah,
We'll start talking about Christmas. It might not end on Christmas,
Right.
but as long as it's interesting, we're going to keep talking. And if it doesn't, I'll just turn it.
it's
back.
going to go in the weeds, but who cares?
Or if it's not interesting, then you just have to sit there and still have that discussion.
I mean,
I've got to go clean the mobile home out.
Can't hit a home run every time, So
So real
It's not
quick,
me, it's you.
Chris is my high school buddy. He's been dating for 35 years.
Oh, he's
Jeff.
not married.
No, he is. He put down the dating,
Oh.
and then I lost track of the chat. So it's 26 years that he's been married. I know. I saw it. So
That's impressive.
Here, married 26 years. Yep, and he is 51. So
Do we get
that's-
to count that? Like, I
that's
always feel
incredible.
like I've been dating with this person every day of my life because we dated for 7 years and we never broke up prior to getting married. I feel like I should be able to count that as the time I put in, and I don't know, like the equity in the relationship.
Right.
I think that counts. It has to count something.
Like,
Maybe
the
a half a
ledger.
point.
I feel like the marriage ledger should benefit me a little bit more than that, just the 21 years.
yeah.
And here's Vince Portelli. He's another high school friend of mine. He's saying BC Paul looks like the red phone at the Oval Office.
Oh, that's a great line. I love that. The truth of it is,
Oh, God.
that those red phones with the black. I know I did it. Those red phones with that black it is fire, man.
I like 'em.
I'm going to get some more red.
I like him a lot, but that was a
It's not
good
gonna look good on
relate.
Hold on, I'm hearing something from the president about this.
Putin.
Gosh.
Okay, so really quick, what has been your biggest pain point, Todd?
A lot of it's just kind of been figuring, the tech out and getting it the way I like. And I wasn't going to upgrade anything till after Christmas, but that didn't last for very long.
That
and
that didn't work.
that didn't work out.
Well, you meant well though.
Yeah, I meant well, and so trying to figure that out as long, because right now it's my busy season. My calendar's full of people that want to talk to me, for Christmas things and,
Yep,
and
yep.
stuff.
Right.
So that, and then trying to. Kind of the biggest thing is being Christmas and being everybody's like you hear all the gurus and like you need to niche down. It's like okay, I'm probably niched down about as far as I can go, and
I'm super impressed by your niche. Like you know exactly what you want and you
Yep.
do it,
Yeah.
and that's so impressive.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And a lot of my pain is you hear all this advice and it's like I'm just going to put out what I want to and see what happens.
Love it.
Because I don't want to sound like prideful
I'll
or
say it
stufful.
for you, Todd, if you want me to.
What's that?
Listen,
What do you
I just feel that most of the stuff that my whole life that I've gotten advice from has been garbage. And and if you no,
need
I'm sorry,
better people
it's the
around you.
truth, right? So if you want to be successful, you have to trust your own instincts, and you're not going to feel great about what you're doing until you're doing what you want. And if you fail on the basis of what you want to do, that's okay for most people because if I can't put out and be authentic of who I am. then your soul just falls apart to begin
Right.
with. So,
Well,
and we've had this
yeah.
discussion before, all of us.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so-
if you're taking all that input and even just a little small percentage at a time, you're bending your presentation from what they're saying, and it's not truly what you're doing. Then by the time you're done, 60% of what you put out is not even what you care to do. What's the point of that? How's that going to
Right.
survive long term?
You know, and
everybody's saying hi to Todd and Brian.
Of course they are. They like them better.
But so Todd, I'll say it for you, so you don't have to sound like you're like a Chris. I'll be the Scrooge for you today.
appreciate
And the thing is, I want people to say that though. I want you to feel okay with that. And I love your answer because it's truly authentic, and you didn't want to come off like cocky or
Too late.
whatever, right? But
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is that when you start second guessing yourself because of what other people are saying, then when it fails and falls apart, you say to yourself, usually, I wish I just would have listened to what I was thinking.
Yeah. You see, I have this black hole staring me in the face, and it's called December 26th.
Right.
And I know that, there, and I'm getting, I'm starting to see it now. There's more and more people getting interested in Christmas, and that will increase as the closer we get. But soon as 26 rolls around,
Right.
for the mass public, I'm done, And so I'm like, well, how's the algorithm and all this going to say? And I
Yeah.
just keep telling myself, I don't care.
Yep.
I'm just going
It'll
to
work
keep
out.
making the videos, and then the people that want to see
Believe in
them
the
will find them.
just believe in the process. I really believe that if you just believe in what you're doing, and you'll react and work, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Well, I have one question before John asks his next question, but
Sure.
I wanted to, because you had the guy from Hallmark on the other day. I always get the name wrong, but do you find that the rise of Hallmark being so prevailing now, did that change at all the interest in your podcast or what you're doing at all? Did you see any more influx of interest?
It has. I really see it when I do touch on Hallmark stuff. The fan base is vast and
It's huge.
and they are engaged. So anytime I do anything Hallmark, whether it's the movies or
Right.
or the ornaments,
Right.
either one, you can really see. I mean, I could probably start a second channel just on collecting Hallmark ornaments and
Yeah.
sustain that.
I believe that.
because the
bet.
fan bases, even though they're not gigantic, they are engaged,
Rabid.
and they are, and there's not a lot of information out there for them,
Right.
and there's not tons and tons of YouTube channels about it, if any. Well, I'm sure there are, but they're not, they're few and far between. So it's out there, but yeah, definitely the Hallmark. But I like to touch on stuff. I'm a big music fan, and
Right.
I've played in bands and stuff, my whole life and things, and so I love, one of the things I've loved in this process is finding independent artists that make Christmas music and highlighting them. I get a lot of joy out of that.
That's a big
personally.
money maker for artists is Christmas. By the way, there's some great stories about the old classics. You could probably dig up like old songs, and there's always some really weird stories around how those got developed and who sang them. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
All right,
there's
I want to
lots-
get to our second question
No, it's
because
not your show, man.
we have Mommy Lala waiting in the background soon, and she's also saying, Todd, you should live in the Philippines. We super love Christmas here.
Oh, yeah.
And then we also got Vinny saying, I have a similar stream as Christmas Clatter called Pittsburgh Platter. Vinny should have been a comedian, I think.
He's doing
and-
it. He still is.
Yeah, and we have Over the Top. She's saying, yes, live streaming is a great way to go, but it can be draining if you actually giving value and research your
Right.
topic. Right, right. There's a lot involved with things, but here I've also learned the fact of don't put a ton of pressure on yourself because you'll be so surprised of where your audience will carry the conversations a lot of times, and it really does help to follow where they're going a lot because then it keeps the interest going, and it really if you have a good audience, they bring a lot to the plate, like the people that we've been having often. So, but what is your biggest win this year, Brian?
My biggest win.
Besides the headphones.
I think just staying, even though I'm not creating, just staying in the community and still touching base with you guys and still finding time to come on these streams and not letting the dream die. So not giving up and being involved.
Well,
And
just
staying
to
in the game.
elaborate,
Yep.
To elaborate, I think your biggest win was meeting Jeff and I. But
That counts,
no,
I think.
you know, I was gonna seriously.
I was going to
just
say the other, but that's okay.
I was gonna. It wouldn't have been funny though.
I think that's true. You're right. You went for the fun. You went for the laugh.
I just want to seriously say it's been fantastic meeting you, Brian. And I think your biggest win is having that goal in your heart still, because it shows in what you're doing, your background. I know we talk. I know you talk to Jeff, and you're setting things up. It's moving forward, and you're taking those steps.
We talked about taking your time, and I think you not that long ago just come to that moment where you're like, I don't care. I'm just going to take my time. Because there was a stress, right? When you and I would talk about it, and I said, just take. I'm not saying you took my advice. I'm just saying that didn't you say at one point, and did that relieve pressure for you to just go, whatever the time is, it needs to be.
Right.
It did. I felt this pressure to like, I don't know, play along. You know,
Yeah.
like be part of the group, and I felt like I needed to have content to do that. And then with family and work and everything, it just got to be like I'm being too hard on myself. I need to be.
Yeah.
I need to take time for the stuff I need to take care of, and give myself that grace. And
hey, Brian, you need to do that, because everybody's got to be on board with this, because we have this discussion all the time. With, you know, if our wives weren't on here helping us, and I'm sure everybody that's married has the same answer, then you would not have the success. I can tell you, being super honest, of when the plates are full, which they are all the time, it you know, there's weeks that it hurts me to know that she's picking up some slack along the way. And and I truly know she is, and I'm so thankful that she cares so much about it to do it. And you know, she's in bed now, and she's put my son to bed, and she has to get up earlier than I do to get to work, and she's doing it all, man. And so I always give a round of applause to our wives that help us do this. And first, you know, we're doing things for them too, but when you're talking about starting a YouTube channel, it's one of those things that, man, you really got to sometimes push the gas pedal for a while in the beginning. So
You do. But I want to say, Brian, just one thing is it seems like since you just let that kind of roll on you, which is one of my big advices to people, you've seen more okay, and you've made those small steps more consistently than sitting there thinking I got to hit a home run, as opposed to just I always say, you know, get the bases loaded, get a bunt, whatever, let the ball hit you, get on base. That's a better way to keep things moving than swinging for the fences. And I just feel like that's what I see, and I see for me, I see all this productivity from you, and I'm so excited, man. You're just gonna nail things. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, let me quickly show. This was kind of interesting that she has her tree up since October 1st. The last 2 years, I decorate pumpkins in the fall and decor, and I switched to. That's hilarious. I love that.
Perfect. I love it.
Here's Alan DeLeon. He's from the Philippines, and he's actually saying, "What are those two big eyeballs lights behind you, A. Smith? Really nice."
What eyeballs? What are you talking about? Yeah, they're my Halloween light bulbs.
Anna is exactly right on this. And I want to thank Cashew for helping us out, dropping links in here all the time for us. You see these links, you can join the background. And Mommy Lala, if you want to jump on soon, we'll pull you on very shortly. And 7-year relationship definitely counts. The marriage without the legal paper, and it still counts.
I thought so.
I love BC Paul's earphones. Love the color. Yeah, they're really cool. I think
it's a great
cool
look,
too.
man. Love it. Absolutely.
And I just got a subscriber, I think.
Is that necessary right now?
I just saw it pop up, so I'm sorry. And also, I think you have a niche down for sure. Okay, so first of all, let's get back to Todd. And I want to know what has been your biggest win this year.
Oh, that's easy. It's meeting John and Jeff for sure.
Oh,
very good. Hold
that's
on
the
a
right
second.
answer, sir.
Right answer.
Holy crap! Someone
Brian.
said. Todd, you win.
You win.
You
Show's
just
over.
won a free week vacation.
Look, people, it's not hard.
On
you
Christmas
can see how
Island.
easy it is.
Oh, that's funny.
That's lovely.
That's a good answer.
That's a great
but
answer.
seriously, I guess maybe is one of your wins going live?
Has to be.
That I think this. I think just getting started in YouTube's kind of my biggest win because it's like I'm one of them. I can easily be a paralysis by analysis kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and just getting started because when I first launched the podcast, my goal was to get into YouTube, and I tried to do both a podcast and YouTube at the same time, and that was a no-go.
That's rough.
And so, it was something that was always stirring back in my mind. And I still remember trying to record that first video and setting up, a old iPhone for a camera and just kind of looking at it like, what am I going to say? Because I got used to coming down here and pulling the mic in front of my face and just yakking and talking, but to actually see myself do it was a completely different ball.
It's another sense that is just like, whoa, now you feel like you've been torn out of your body a little bit and cut into, and it's tough to reconcile a little bit and balance. And you do, but it takes a minute.
Yeah. It takes a minute, but just, getting started and learning, to edit and learning the, kind of the tricks of the trade and finding the community and people to, grab advice from that's useful, has been great. And I would consider, all those things a win because the community we found here, with you guys and the extension has been so supportive. It's always great. I've only done the 2 live streams, but to see all the familiar names pop up in the comments, just even if it's just for a few minutes, it
helps.
Confidence boost.
Nothing for nothing though, Todd. I mean, you're a good-hearted person, and I'm always about supporting the real people, and I'm about as honest as they get. And when people put real time and effort into another person, I'm about doing the same thing. And so it only equals back what kind of person you've been to me too. So
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way of putting it.
And the same goes for Brian,
Yep.
and the same goes for Jeff, and a lot of our people in this whole community. So I really appreciate everybody.
Yeah, that Wham shirt's getting noticed, by the way. I've noticed it before, and I mentioned it because I'm like, dude, that's slaying me. That's awesome, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wham, that is awesome. I love George Michaels too.
Yeah, George Michael's the only person to have the Christmas number 1 and number 2 in the same year.
That voice, that guy, I tell you, he could sing, man. I'm sorry, he was great.
Yeah, growing a YouTube channel is really a nice grind. I put most of my free time into it, so no brainer says.
It's good that he couched that with nice grind. I don't know, maybe he's being a little facetious, but
right,
but
because he knows it's a lot. All right, guys.
Spin.
I'm gonna say goodbye to the 2 of you, even though I hate to see you go. This way we can give equal time to a few other people that are here. And I really appreciate you guys coming in and telling everyone, everything that you've been going through. Brian, you look really great.
You do, man. I just want to look at Brian for the rest of the night. Just keep him up. And he's delicious.
And we have Mommy Lala coming on, which everybody knows here. And we have Art. I'm going to say his last name wrong. It's going to be Carrasco. Is that darn close? I'll let him say it when he comes in.
I think you're close enough. Yeah.
And but guys, thank you so much for coming on. And like always, thanks for being there for us. And we're really excited to see where you guys go from here. So,
well, thanks for
really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Stream buddy that up, Brian. I know you and I.
Brian, get out while you can. Get out while you can, Brian.
There we go.
I'll get rid of you, Brian. I'll get rid of you. There we go. Whew, God,
that poor guy. You saved yourself.
Todd, take care.
We'll see you guys.
Thank you, Todd. Talk to you soon, man.
Bye-bye.
Great.
Okay, that was awesome. I think that was great. Some really great people right there that we see often. So, but now we got 2 other people to bring in, and I see them in the background. They look like they're ready to rock, and I'm really excited because first we have Lala. Hello, Lala.
How you doing, Lala?
Hello. Good
How
evening
are
to
you?
everybody.
Oh, it's
I'm
good.
Good.
I
Just
hope you
woke
had a
up.
cup of. Did you have a cup of coffee?
No, I can't drink coffee.
I know.
It's like 9 a.m. by you, right? It's
Yes, but I just woke up because I was actually up really early because I was in Marcus's stream. I'm a moderator in Marcus's stream, and then fell asleep again, and then woke up a little bit late.
A moderator
So-
falling asleep. Okay.
Really quick, I want to. This is really cool right here, right? When you see support equals support, and that's the way it rolls. And I hate to say it, but you know,
I'm gonna steal that.
I can clearly see what that equals in my life and the people that are around and who's doing what. So I appreciate that very much when it's reciprocated. And hey, Colleen, thanks for coming in. Yeah, is that a Christmas tree? Yeah, we just had a guy, Christmas Clatter. His channel is all about Christmas.
All
and
Christmas, all time.
great to see you, Chocolate Twist Yoga. Thank you for coming by.
I've been doing some little bit of yoga for my back stretching out. It's been working great.
Can we just keep him on the big screen because his Christmas tree vibe is more fun than other guys?
Oh, my feelings are
come
hurt
on, man.
a little bit, but you know, but you're right.
That would be funny if Corey was saying that. Laquita, I feel hurt right now. I'm just kidding.
I wish I had a flag and a whistle. Uh-oh. Did she fall asleep?
She's still there.
Sorry,
She's still
my
there.
camera always like after 30 minutes it goes to sleep. This is a Canon M50. I don't know how to.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to go into the power settings, and
Yep.
and when you go into the power settings, you take it out of power saving mode.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then it won't
I
shut.
couldn't see that. Oh, see, there's actually tutorial.
You have to
already.
do that, and you have to, and then you have to plug. You have to plug in a USB cord to your computer, and then you bring up the Canon app Utility 3, and it will never shut down on you.
Oh, that is the one I didn't do. Bringing up the Canon utility.
Utility app, yes, it has to be
Alright, I
utility
didn't do
app number 3, and then you'll be able to make adjustments on your screen too. Also,
We're going to get this
But
flushed out. This will never
I'm
happen.
going to bring in Art too, by the way, and let's say hi to Art. Here he is, right there.
Hey, Art, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Art.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How's everyone doing? Hi, Lala.
We are doing fine. Thank
Good,
you.
nice seeing you.
It is great seeing you.
Yeah, it's
You got
nice seeing
the-
you guys too.
That is a freshly shaved head, bro, because I
Look
can
at that.
see the shine off the top, and that's great effort.
I feel like
right
you may
there.
have just did that. You just came back out of the shower right now and just
Actually, I'll have you know this is like the 2 or 3 days stubble.
really.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm just
Well-
balding. That's all it is.
It's not balding. It's pre-defoliate. I don't know. It's yeah.
Well, I like to say it's great, and Lala is going to have a special stream tomorrow
Yeah, I
morning.
saw that. Yep.
Not tomorrow. It would be.
Yes.
It's going to be
Saturday morning,
8
our time.
a.m. Saturday morning for us here on the East
Yes.
Coast. And I want to give a shout out to Lala. She is monetized. Congratulations!
You got the email.
to you.
Hey, congratulations.
That is huge, and I'm so happy for you because I know it's literally been years of work for you.
You've worked hard for it, right?
So.
Yes.
And she's going to do a live stream and celebrate that, which you should, because that is fantastic to just keep following and seeing what's going on. So
That's fantastic.
Some of these questions, which is all just really simple, and I just want some honest answers from you guys, and it's going to be simple for some of you. But what is first of all? We'll start with Lala first, then Art, and tell us what your channel's about, and then what has been your biggest pain point this year.
All right. So I'm actually a mommy channel who are into creative work as well. So that's why I have 2 crafty streams every Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then the other segments, I do mostly interviews. And so actually, thank you. Shout out to the community here that you have actually started, John and JA. I see a lot of them on my streams, actually. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
No,
And also
you deserve
as
it.
part of,
You do.
as
You
part
deserve
of
it.
my thank you, I've actually have a promo going on where I ask all my viewers to like, subscribe, and follow not just my crafty friends, but all my international streamer friends who are always on my stream. So
Aw.
your names and your links are also
Thank you,
on
Lala.
my Facebook right now, and they will send that, and that will give them a chance for more subscriptions, more likes, more raffle opportunities. So
Lala,
Oh.
people are giving you shout outs and saying congratulations, by the way.
thank you so much, guys.
There's
So
probably not
basically,
anybody
that's
here
my
that
channel.
that doesn't know you. You've
Right.
been social butterflying around YouTube pretty fast and furious
A little
to
bit, yes.
support. No, and I say that, and you've been such a support system for so many people, and sometimes you just need to see a smiling face in your stream for a minute and go, "There's Lala. I am okay," and that can make the difference for the next hour stream. So. Kudos to you for doing that. You deserve everything that you've earned to this, you know.
Thank you. And the biggest pain point,
Yep.
up to date tech. Last
Fair.
night I had almost no volume when I had Anna and John was messaging me and trying to help me also.
Yeah, well, you know,
So,
nothing
tech
for
is still
nothing.
my pain.
It's she
Mine
wasn't
too.
so bad. She was a little low, but it doesn't help when the other person is really high. And so then it makes the other person seem lower, and then everybody says that. But
Right.
I think one of the biggest pain points, and I wish, and because I think most of us all here are included, and Lala has a lot of experience, and we stream a lot, and I think that most of us realize here having a mic this close is going to be really effective, and you're not going to get that echoey reverb sound. You're going to sound so much cleaner. And I hate to say it, guys, you don't know what you're doing to yourself when you don't sound this good, because the fact of the matter is I've been watching a tremendous amount of streams lately. And the last couple days, I actually had to cut back. My ears were killing me watching streams where the mics were so bad that I was getting ear fatigue for the first time ever. It's never happened before. And I was literally listening to people and it was hurting my ears. So I had to like take a little chill pill with some of the stuff I was watching. No, it's true to God.
though.
It's never
Ear
happened.
fatigue
but
is real deal, man.
it is real when you listen to a lot of streams, and then when you basically have your mic in the right position, people are going to want to listen to you longer. They're going to come back for more information. You're going to be able to do a lot of positive things through your channel. And we say it all the time that the audio is much more important than people
on
give it credit
YouTube,
for.
people see as much with their ears, your stream, as they do their eyes. It's just a perception that's built through their ears, and so don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Art, I know that you're now. I'm not mistaken. Is this your first YouTube channel or not?
No, it is not.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. I started out about 2017 with a podcast.
Okay.
And it was literally just a set of earbuds and recorded into an iPhone voice note app and just learning on the fly. And I did it because of work at the time. They were pushing me a lot into more of the sales aspect and being more client facing. And my background is all emergency medicine. So I was very rough around the edges. And so they wanted to clean me up a little bit. They sent me to a bunch of training and all that. And I thought the best way to train
Don't let them
for that
do it,
kind of
bro.
and
Stay
so
dirty.
I figured, yeah, I'm still a little grimy. I'm still a
You're
little
grimy. You got the
I
nice
like
grime.
it. I like it.
And so, yeah, I just started a podcast, and I started off talking a lot of medical stuff and a little bit of political stuff. And then stuff got way crazy. And so I steered away from that. And I've had a couple different iterations of the YouTube channel itself. The podcast has always stayed the same. All that old stuff is still there. But now I'm centered around combat sports. So boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai,
Okay.
really big in mixed martial arts because those are the biggest names right now. It's what's really trending. And I used to fight a little bit myself as well. And so that's really a big part of my life.
Cool.
And I also do some cigars and whiskey and beer. I love anything that's like handcrafted and takes a lot of passion and a lot of just time
Yes.
and energy from someone.
Right.
I love that stuff. So like any kind of like woodworking,
Yeah.
leatherworking, I love that stuff. But
I'm the
mostly I
same
stick
way.
around it.
I love
Yeah.
that. There's a story behind it. It's a unique item. It's just you need. I don't know. Otherwise, what's the point for me unless you need it? I just love that someone put their hands to it. You know them or you met them. I agree. That's a great thing. I'm glad other people like that. And it's funny
And
because Lala does that so much on her stream.
And
Yeah,
also,
I love following that stuff. Anything that where people are passionate. That's what drew me to you guys and your community, and the Just Create More community as well. It's
Yep.
people just trying to do something, trying to make something happen for themselves,
Right.
and
And-
kind of get out of that rat race.
Get out of it.
yeah,
Run from it, man.
yeah. The best thing about YouTube is connecting with great people. I mean, it just that's what I take away with it. Mostly everything that I always feel is just always a plus when you connect with people.
Exactly.
And this is the great thing that we're having over and over. What's your biggest pain point, by the way?
Ooh, consistency. I just,
Yeah.
especially this past year, it's been real crazy. I had a great job and a great career, and I was doing what I loved, and then the company I was with kind of switched their ethics a little bit, their moral compass a little bit, and some things that we talked about didn't come to fruition, and so I left the safety of that, and I've been floating around this year and just trying to find time to do what I want to do and make something happen with that, where I can break out of the rat race, and at the same time still provide for my family. Now we're not like destitute or misfortune or nothing. My wife is a nurse; she was making great money and all this stuff, and um, but yeah, consistency because time. I'm trying to.
Mhm.
My focus is pulled in so many directions,
Yeah.
especially
It's
right now.
tricky though, right? To
Yeah,
bridge, like to bridge what you want to do and keep something moving. That's a really tough. I think we all kind of deal with that at some
yeah.
point. The guys that go in full time, they'll tell you, "Oh, here's a whole new pain point," and I get it. It's, more money, more problems. But it's really tough to manage a passion on and bridge until you can get to a little
Oh,
further
it's
down the
a
road.
yeah. You're gonna find you're gonna be going through this journey and taking different curves and making adjustments and that's gonna happen constantly for a while. But
Have you been able to stay ahead of it? Have you been able to stay on top of it as far as you're not letting it just if I'm not 100%
you
where I want to
did.
be, I can go ahead and still move on or
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I was happy that I found. I was happy that I was able to work the courage to do live streaming
Okay.
and find the pain points in that because this is live streaming is so much better for me because
Yeah.
whenever I'm able to carve out 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I've already got my setup. I can just hop on and if it's some kind of combat sports news or a fight that just happened, I just want to review it. Or if there's something exciting going on with, I joined a couple of clubs for the cigar stuff. Like
Right.
the big one that I'm with is Pravada Cigar Club, and they do a lot of rare, hard to find, and custom and one limited run type of stuff with cigars, and so I
Wow.
talk about that. They do really cool stuff too for the customers. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little flag
Yes.
has different spaces on it, and they're
Mhm.
selling patches, and so you can put in member since whatever year buy that patch, and then what region of the country you're in, and so you can buy that
Mm.
patch, and all this other cool stuff.
Oh,
And
that's
so
cool.
yeah, and then on the social media groups for that club, people are taking pictures of that flag with their patches and extra stuff, plus a cigar they're gonna smoke or that kind of stuff. And so it's really cool, and I really love that because community,
Yes.
passion,
Mhm.
all that stuff, it goes right along with it.
Right.
Yeah, and then with
It's the
the
fuel.
beer and the whiskey, same thing. It's all
Cool.
about passion.
All right, Lala. We're gonna start with Lala. Lala, and this is
Yes.
probably a simple thing for you. What has been your biggest win this year?
All right, definitely, getting monetized.
There we
All
go.
right, so
Right
it's
answer.
like, guys, it's like the subs came in a little bit early, like several days, and then my watch hours came in like a day or two after, and then what do you call this? I applied, and less than 24 hours, I got the email,
That is
Fantastic.
awesome.
That's
That
really
is so
that's
awesome.
so great.
truly awesome.
Yeah.
We're so happy for you, and I,
Thank
I
you, John.
I love seeing the other things that you do too, and I'm really looking forward to more of your interviews. I know you had a doctor on recently, and then
Yes.
you like have Anna on, and so it's not like everybody knows you from doing a lot of the
Yeah.
crafty stuff, but you're really versatile and you have a lot of facets that you enjoy being involved in, and so I really can't wait to see more of that stuff. And
Thank you, John.
how do you feel about that stuff? Like, do you really enjoy the extra stuff too?
Okay, actually, as I said, I am a mommy channel, but somehow along the way, it became a crafty channel, right? Because crafting is something that I'm really passionate about. Even if I don't have
Right,
guests, I can go live, right?
right.
So somehow, and because of the pandemic as well, it was kind of harder to invite people. So that had to stop a little bit, but now I'm trying to pick up the momentum again. having streams on the regular other segments for different facets that moms are interested. Like
Right.
moms are interested about health, about education,
Absolutely.
about business and so many other things. That's basically, as John said, your wife is a superwoman, right? She
Yeah.
basically can do, and so this Jay's wife, right? So I think
Yeah.
moms were like that. We are, we like many things. So
Yeah.
I try to bring that onto my channel as well, and I
And
hope I can keep
Lala
it up.
Lala's no joke. She's very intelligent and she's a businesswoman, and so she knows what it takes to get a job done. And people are cheering you on, like Dan C. Bearded, which I see in the background,
Yeah.
and
Thank
I
you,
see
Dan.
Alan De
Alan, new
Leon.
friend.
Yep, from the Philippines. He's great. I hope to connect with Alan soon. He's got a great channel, and people are cheering you on and saying like, "This is unbelievable," and we're so happy for you. And
you.
Tommy Bernhard's podcast this year, I typed in free pizza and this live came up.
That's about right.
So really quick,
cheap.
I want to ask Art, like, what has been like your biggest win? And it doesn't have to be like this tremendous win. It could be something so small, but you appreciate it so much.
You know what? That's a tough one. I'm gonna get a little mushy here, so forgive me.
Do it.
But we
Is
have
this
a toddler.
Jay and me again?
Yeah, you got just go
I'm
for
sorry. Go ahead.
it. Tell John and I how great we are.
Sorry. Go ahead.
You ruined the moment. I'm so sorry, Art.
This is what I do. All right.
That's all good. This is why I love you guys. This is what attracted me to you guys. So, I
Go,
like it.
go ahead, Art.
From the first time JA gave John a hard time, I was like, I like these guys.
Everybody loves when I give that guy a hard time. He deserves
Give me
it.
a hard time all the time.
I know, you do.
But no, yeah, we have a toddler, and he's less than 2 years old. When he was born, he was a few months preemie, and he spent some time in the NICU, a couple of weeks, and then right now we're expecting another. Part of the reason why
wow.
time is
Congrats,
so,
by the
so
way.
crazy.
Congrats.
Thank you, appreciate it. And so it's kind of hard to say what my biggest win is with these two things going on.
Yeah.
Where my son, we were so scared, in the beginning, and now he's like a big, strong, well advanced for his age.
Great. Yeah.
And so that's awesome.
That
And then
is
with this little one
so
coming along
awesome.
and
Maybe
You
sleep.
won-
Maybe sleep is your biggest win at this point.
You won, Art. You won so much this year that it's unbelievable. So
Yeah, that's like
I'm
the
so
that's like a
thankful for you.
Jackpot.
yeah, that's
Thanks
exactly
for sharing
how-
that, by the way. That's a great. I like that. And that's the thing. It's not always like monetization. I love it. And then just to hear things that are not always about. A YouTube win is always because it doesn't have to be, because it will affect you down the road. If you are
It gives me
happy with
chills.
that, you will continue on your own journey with YouTube, and it all feeds each other. It all feeds each other.
Exactly.
So everybody's
exactly.
saying congrats, Art, by the way, and that's a great
Thanks, everyone.
thing. And
Appreciate it. Thanks.
everybody's so happy.
They're all
for
whooping
you,
it up
so-
for you, Art. They're getting crazy. They're turning over cars, burning down things.
So
Did the
okay,
Lakers
so
win again?
No, it's you. It's all your fault.
all right, guys. I want to thank you both for coming in and
Thank you, John and Jay.
Aw,
and
and
Thank you
coming
so much.
on and spending some time, and I really appreciate that. Art, it was great to see you like this, and I hope
Yep.
that we can connect again. And I know that you do that UFC show. I absolutely am in love with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't keep up with everything. I'm a little bit more old school on some of the stuff, but I would love someday to connect with you and come on your show if you're doing something and just hang out with you. So
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I try
And-
to go live every time that there's a non-pay-per-view event. That's my goal.
okay. And then that's your channel right here. It's going to be under is AM Carrasco.
Yeah, AM Carrasco podcast. Look for me. Look for that name anywhere. Instagram, Facebook,
And
YouTube.
Mommy Lala, the name of your channel is
Mommy Guide Inc.
Mommy Guide Inc. And what is your usual for going live during the week?
Normally it's 8 o'clock onwards. If it's a crafty stream, it's 8 to 12, 5 hours later. But if it's just a regular interview, it's between 8 to 9, something like that. But it can change, especially when I have interviews from people across the globe, like from your
Right.
time zone. I have to adjust, and that's fine.
Check her out. Check their channels out. Subscribe. Guys, you got Roxanne. She's in France, and she's saying you are a rock star, Mommy Lala.
It's like
It's
it's 2
great to
o'clock,
have
3 o'clock in the
you-
morning there.
It's great to have you, Art. Thank you for joining us. So
Thank you.
that's
Thanks
awesome.
for having me, guys. Really appreciate it. And hey, you guys are a close second. Okay, I got the family stuff, and
No.
you guys are a close second.
I made a joke,
Right there.
but Art, that is like, I'm so happy for you. That's
No.
huge. That's huge.
And happy anniversary to both of you, though.
Yeah,
again.
thank you.
Yeah,
you
thank
know?
you.
That's right. That's
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you both so much and what you guys bring to the community and for us. And honestly, it's just been a great journey with both of you too. So thank you. All right, guys. Take care.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
guys.
night.
Thank you, Art.
Bye-bye, Art. All right, we got another guy in the background, a guy that I really have a lot of I look up to him in a lot of ways because he's killing it, and he's really good at communicating with his audience. And I learned so much from him in those ways. And so I want to bring him on. He is Dan C. Bearded. I wanted to catch him off guard while he was
I
trying
know.
to do something fancy.
And look at he purpled up.
Always. I was playing with a fidget toy over here, and you got me.
Yeah.
I saw you put your hand out. I'm like, I'm going to get him right here.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. I said it was a goal to get on this channel.
Oh, stop. You're too much.
It's a win for you tonight. That's your
There we
win.
go. Yep.
I talk about this and you're like give and take. And we kind of met through Heather Ramirez's channel. She did an interview on you. And I was like, dude, I like that he can say how he truly feels. And he actually, I remember you saying this because you said it twice that I've seen it so far. You're like, I don't really tend to get nervous, and I'm pretty darn confident. When someone asked me how many do I think I'll ever get to 100,000, you were like, definitely. And you were like, but don't hate me on this stuff because why do people hate on people or have a little jealousy when people are confident? I have no idea. But we should be applauding people instead of putting them down because they're confident. So I give you props because not saying that I feel as confident as you or less confident than someone else, but I feel when you put the hard work in that you should expect to have returns. And so I'm about that. And I know you are because you sleep less than I do. So thank you for stopping in here, by the way.
Yeah, and how... So I can't hear myself. I got the earbuds in, but how do I sound? Gotta go up, go down?
I would go up a little bit.
Let's go up a tad, but other than that, you sound good.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay. Let me go up a little bit because I was like, it's my first time.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
he's so nervous. Look
How
at him.
about
He's-
now? Good?
It's close.
I didn't hear it change.
Okay.
It barely changed, so you can probably.
All right. How about now? Check.
It's staying the same.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Fire
I'll
tech
figure
guy.
it out.
Let's see.
Fire.
It might be StreamYard though.
It might be StreamYard.
I upped you in
throttling you.
StreamYard. I
Okay.
upped you in StreamYard.
all right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I
There
think
we
that's a
go.
little better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good. You're fine.
Yes, I upped
You're
you in
fine.
StreamYard.
Yeah, it was
so
StreamYard. Yeah.
that's another thing that people have to realize is when you have guests on, and this is a real good example. Dan uses StreamYard all the time,
Yeah.
and we use it on occasions too. When you have guests on and you can hear them blaring, all you have to do is go onto their profile picture. The three little bubbles pop up. You click on those bubbles and you go to edit mic settings. When you go into the edit mic settings, it comes up with a mic volume. You can bring your guest's volume down or up. Okay. If you make sure that you have that, that ability, because I get people, sometimes I see them and they're talking and their guests are blowing out their ears.
Yeah, that's
and they
for sure.
And they don't do anything about it. So I just want to let you know you can do something about it on StreamYard. So
Hey,
guys,
Dan,
look for that stuff.
I have a question for you. I want to circle back to what John's saying about if you grind, you should have expectations that things are going to kind of work out. But would you also couch that with just because you're grinding, you can't expect it's going to be smooth sailing and just always going to work out on every step. It's going to be, even no matter how much you grind, there's still going to be peaks and valleys, right? There's going to be up and downs to this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you got to understand your market. The beard game is very seasonal, right? We're just coming off of summer, which is terrible for beards. So my numbers are really low. Masks are not good for beards. So
Yeah, right.
there's you got to kind of understand that. But November's huge, December's even bigger, so you just kind of got to know the ebbs and flows.
Right. And I have a thing that I've been keeping track of, and I haven't said anything in any of your streams, but you're really creeping up on 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I don't think you're really mentioning it too much at all. And I don't think really anybody else is, but everybody sees it. Are you excited about it at all? Do you think about it at all?
Yeah.
Or does it not really matter? Like you just do your thing and you know it's going to come anyway?
Yeah, my numbers are pretty consistent, and like I said, I know I get more in the fall and stuff. But I mean, I could tell you my exact sub count right now. I check religiously throughout the day,
Right.
But I just like to measure myself, like, and just see. But no, it's not a big one. I will 100K is the big one. I want that check. I would love it next year. That's my goal. Hoping for some exponential growth. So that's
Right.
the plan.
Right. Okay, cool. That's cool. And so, just in case there's any new people here, which I'm sure there's a few actually, let them know what your channel is about and what has been your biggest pain point this year, which I think I may know a little bit, but maybe I don't. So tell us what your channel's about and what is your biggest pain point.
Yeah, so my channel's all about beards. I give tips and tricks on how to style your beard, what products to use. I do product reviews. I do live streams every Monday and Wednesday, and take a lot of pride in building a community and kind of starting in a niche that didn't really exist before I got going. And my biggest pain?
Yeah, your pain point.
Pain point? I mean, learning new tech has been challenging for me, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a pain. I've embraced
Friction.
it and enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been
point.
new work, challenging work, but I've never been like, gosh, dang it, I gotta dial this in and try this and try that so I enjoy it all, and that's not being
So
yeah.
the funny thing is I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to come up to the pain point and you're like, hasn't really been a pain point. I kind of enjoyed it. And so because I know how your brain thinks. And so I was like, you just come up to the challenge and you're just thinking about, running it over like a railroad. And then the thing is, you're also quick to make a decision if something's not right for you right now. And so you'll be like, okay, I'm not ready to learn this right now. I'm going to take on what I have and just master that. And then maybe next year or maybe 6 months. And those are great decision-making factors that come into your growth, because I think it's important to know what you can take on and what you can't for your YouTube channel. And you really push yourself. I almost feel like I was questioning that, like the last couple of weeks, I heard you a little bit and I was like, he's either got allergies or he's not been feeling the greatest, because I could hear your voice was raspy. But then I'm thinking, you do 3 live streams a week, right?
I do 2, and then sometimes I do a third one if we do like a flex stream or something. But
Right.
2 every week, and then
But you deal with kids still. That's got to be a lot of talking.
Yes.
Yeah, so I teach. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a 7th grade history teacher. This is year 12 for me, and so I have.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I got 155 students, and I have 3 children of my own that are under 6 years old, and we call our daughter a domestic terrorist because she's awful.
Okay.
So yeah,
But appropriate.
yeah. No, it's a lot of talking in my life. I have stepped away. This is my first year in 14 years of not coaching varsity water polo and swim. So that's helped out, because that was really straining on the voice and the vocal cords.
Yeah.
But I just do a lot of talking. It's just part of my life, and doctors have told me to tone it back, but I just can't. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you've so you went to the doctor about this. I got you.
No, they're just like, my doctor knows me and follows the channel, and I have their kids in class and coach their kids. He's like, dude, you're going to have to take it down.
That's awesome though. That's funny. There's no taking you down. There's nothing.
No.
That's obvious.
Hire somebody to sit next to you and just talk for you. Just feed them the lines, let them.
Maybe the mayor's got to talk a little bit more for you.
I like that.
I like that.
All right. So, what has been your biggest win this year? And it doesn't have to be just YouTube related. So if it is something else in your life that means a lot, because kind of like you explain this a lot. Like your YouTubing is really around your whole lifestyle of your family. Like when you're going on vacation, you're batching and you're making videos. So when you're away, you can let those videos roll out, and you're like, okay, we can go away, but I need to make sure I'm here on Monday for my live stream or whatever the case is. Like it's serious business, because from what I heard you say, you haven't missed a live stream in, is it 3 years now?
Almost 3.5 years. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's just pretty incredible. That kind of dedication.
Were there a couple where you felt like you were crawling to get on? I mean, there had to be a couple where you're like, I'm just not feeling this tonight.
No, I mean honestly, no. Like for knock on wood, I don't know. I have a weird mental like I don't know what it is. I don't get sick. Like I just talk myself out of it. If I feel like I'm getting sick, I'm like, not today, and like get myself out of it. So no.
Right.
The most challenging one was we had a Wednesday stream when my daughter was born. So that was but still made it happen. Still the show went on. So we adjust through anything, you name it. So that's it's just consistency. But my biggest win, I would say on the YouTube side, I hit just recently, a couple days ago, 33 million minutes watched. So that was really cool.
Wow.
I love
he
watching
knows like
those.
33 million.
Yeah, and those numbers matter to me more than views, more than subs. Because
Right.
it means people are actually watching and staying on. So for me, that's huge.
Yeah.
And then I would say on the personal side, finding a good balance with my wife, it's always been, because I'm an all-in guy, and sometimes things take a sacrifice. Like I don't go out. I used to do pub trivia a lot with my buddies and these different things, and it was finding like, how do I make time for my wife? How do I make time for this? And I just figured out, spend the time, let her go to sleep, and then I come down here.
You know, I can relate to that because I know that's exactly kind of how it rolls with me. I know like my neighbors, we joke around, they'll like see the light on till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And they know that I do live streams, and they'll jump in and watch every now and then.
Cool.
They'll tell me, but they won't say anything.
They're
you know?
lurking. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but it is a real important balance that I'm really striving to get better at myself. And, I will, but it's going to be really important for the health of the stream and of your marriage to get that balance and figure it out. And so if I didn't basically come home with flowers today, I was guaranteed that the YouTube channel was going down the drain.
Yeah, that's your final straw there.
It's 15-year anniversary today. And Jay, and what's funny is I didn't know if you heard about this. We both just found out we had the same day for an anniversary, like on Tuesday.
I was there. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's
That was
craziness.
so weird.
That
so
is
weird.
crazy.
Hey,
Even
Dan,
though
do you?
Jay's
go ahead.
was first. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
feel like it. You're always copying.
Look how passionate he gets. Oh, mine was first. It's true.
Well, because I just feel like people should know. Dan, you were talking about, this is kind of something that I've tripped into as I've gone, and we've only been doing this like 5 months, and we haven't missed a stream, and we feel like, oh, that's so great. And in a way it is great. And after a while, you're kind of like, I don't want to screw this streak up. So you kind of do get into this mode, and I think you look forward to him so much, you do kind of forget about it almost heals you if you really enjoy doing it. But do you find yourself doing that where you're like, well, I'll just tweak my schedule. So when my wife goes to sleep, that'd be appropriate time for me to go grab some hours and flesh out a project or do something. I've done this. Is that something that you find, like you're just trying to find those moments where there are pockets of time you're kind of changing your schedule around to fit whatever your flow is?
Yeah, it's our schedule has been pretty around the channel for a while now. Like, to give a little bit of background, my wife was a CPA accountant, and then when our son was born, she like cried every day on the way to work. She did not want somebody else raising our kid because she had a kind of rough upbringing. So I was like, hey, I'll do whatever we can. And now the channel allows her to stay home and doesn't have to work. She does a lot of other stuff, of course.
Right.
But it's that allows her to be home. So we have no problem scheduling our entire life based on the channel, based on the schedule. So we plan vacations. I'll never be vacationing on a Monday because I'm always here. So it's pretty set. I don't usually film on live stream nights, and then I find the other nights to film, and So yeah, it's pretty regimented, and I find those pockets, but it's a nice little schedule and flow now.
Got to have support from the significant other long term, right? I mean, there has to be a support of that equity in from both people. I don't know how it would work if there wasn't that. I know, John, you have that too. I know I do.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to. We have to.
Yeah.
I mean, without it, it's not going to work.
Right.
I couldn't imagine battling and having. My wife has
Right.
never complained. Like, I could not imagine being like, "Oh, you're gonna go film again or live
Right.
stream." Like,
Right.
that would be so mentally taxing. I just couldn't even understand what that
It would be
like.
soul sucking too. Like it would just
Yeah.
drain every soul. Like, oh my God, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to do that probably for them at times, but they don't do it. And that's the amazing thing. That's why, I don't know, married this long. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't do that either, but it definitely gets recognized if I skip a beat with not living up to some of my expectations, or like she'll say, like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm allowing you to get all this stuff done, and you got to pick up this or that. And to be really honest with you, when you start getting up a little bit in age, and plus, I don't know, maybe two motorcycle accidents beat me up a little bit, but I just. When I just
Doesn't
started
help.
getting into 50, man, it just I think it's just because I'm not taking care of myself as much as I should, and I'm going to get back into the gym, and that's a whole other thing. But I am it's not easy. Like when you get thrown into a YouTube channel, I didn't have the thought process that I do now, and getting everything honed out and filtered in, and it's just like all or nothing. Dan is not like of the norm. He's not like
No, but
I do not know many people that work like he does, as hard as you do, in as many hours as you
Right.
do. Do you think when you get to like 100,000 subscribers, do you ever ease up on that? Like where you're saying,
No.
no, because that's just like your mindset, right?
No. And
I mean, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, no, it's a healthy addiction for me, and
Right.
I've had these different pockets of addictions in my life. I was addicted to metal detecting for a while.
Cool.
I was addicted to Pokemon Go for a while.
Yeah.
And like if I was addicted to like drugs or gambling, I'd be like the worst in the
problem.
world. Like I would be like all in. So this is my thing, and it brings in income and gives me like gratitude and stuff. So it's just there's no slowing down whatsoever.
I want to ask Dan a question though, because we talk about balance, but there is a balance also with ourselves. What do you do to keep yourself in tune? And we talk about going to the gym, or talk about a minute away, or we talk about doing something to take care of ourselves, either our health, our mental or physical health. Is there something you do, or is this point in your age you're just like, nah, I'm good, and that's fine?
No, I'm 33, so for me this is a life changing opportunity that I have in front of me. So my theory is I'm striking while it's hot, and I'm gonna bet on myself.
You have to.
And it's not a task. Like I put the kids down, I hung out with Sam, and then I filmed a really like comprehensive video today, but not at any point was I ever like, I have to do this. Like this, I just really enjoy it, and I like being good at something. I like being confident at something. It is like my therapy. It really is.
Yeah,
Dude, what's really, really scary is we're very much alike. When you say this stuff, it almost makes my head explode, because like it was like
I wanna see it.
motorcycles. I could tell you anything about like the 30 years of different motorcycles, how to rip them apart, this, that, and the other thing. Then I'll be like, I could rip a Jeep TJ apart, this and that. I was always like, I want to work with my hands and do stuff. Then it was like powerlifting. That's all I wanted to do for 10 years, is be like a real competitive athlete and be really good at it. And then it's like when I got injured twice on my motorcycle, I broke my back. I had reconstructive surgery on my left arm. They took cadaver bones, put it all together to look as good as it does now. And basically, I got lost about what my passion was at that point, because it was motorcycle riding for so many years. I've had 30 bikes through the years. And so then I found the YouTube, because my son started his channel, and now it kind of like flows very similar to this now, where it's like it becomes my passion to get better. And I know you're like that, because the way we communicate, like I almost like I know you're thinking in my head, well, maybe if John sends me a message, let me know how that sounded and how this came out or something. I know, because you like the feedback, and you're one of the few people that really like to know the feedback of your stuff and learn it and don't mind taking people's feedback, and because you definitely don't have that ego about you. And I think it's really only because if I think about myself, it's really only people that you trust, I feel. So
Yeah, absolutely. I know what I know. I mean, and I know what I don't know, right? If you came to me
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, Dan, I think you should adjust this with your beard," I'm probably not going to take it the same way as if you say, "Hey, Dan, you should adjust this with your audio or your
Right.
video or your thing."
ISO.
There's just things
Yeah.
that I don't know, and I love learning about those things, and so much of YouTube comes naturally to me. Like, I've never thought about a strategy of a live stream. I've never thought about any of this. Like, a little like hidden, like behind the curtains is everything I do is from teaching. If you watch my videos, it's like a lesson plan. I literally start off with an introduction, then I have evidence, 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 and then I have a conclusion. And
Right.
my live streams are like a class. I set it up and how I start the hour. You have the middle, and then you have a conclude. Like, it's
Yep.
all just. I don't think I like, and I've really gotten into this content creator community, and I think one of the biggest knocks against the content creator community is, and it's said, but I don't think it's always fully understood, is it's the over analyzing. Once we start going over things of like live stream strategies,
Yep.
there are just some things that you have, and I'll give you an example. There are just some teachers that are just great. They know how to motivate, they know how to communicate, and I'll go to like a conference, and they'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna learn about this strategy." I'm like, "Oh, that's an interesting name." And then they start talking about it. It's like, I've done that for 10 years, but I didn't
Right.
know there was a name to it. I just did it, So for me, the live streaming stuff, it's just natural, it's easy. Now the other stuff is not, and I seek out people to learn from it and try to have the best experience possible, but I never let that stop me. I see other people where they're like, "Oh, this isn't perfect, this isn't there," and it's like, what is that really going to change? Is that going to turn people away? Is it going to, if it doesn't matter, don't worry about it at that moment.
Right. And that's why a new streamer made a comment earlier tonight. And she basically was saying, when you have to put all this work into your stream to make it function and make it work. And I agree with that. Like, you want to put the work into it because then it improves your stream. But if it's really stifling yourself with your family during the week and you have to put all this time into it, I learned a long time ago that if I don't have a topic, I don't care. I'm going to go question and ask. We're going to get in there, and the audience will help you steer things because people will come in, ask you questions, and then you're talking for 2 hours. Like, I could literally cut this short every time and still be fine. Like, and still people are asking questions. So I don't get wrapped up into worrying about what people are looking for, because I'm just going to be myself, bring the energy, and then the chat takes off, and just follow the chat.
Absolutely.
And so, and it's just like everything else. Like, you don't have to wait for your videos to be perfect. You don't have to wait for your stream to be perfect. And I'm not always looking for that, because I think at some point it's got to be good enough to get rolling. Like, I was scared the first night I used vMix, but it's like, okay, but if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it?
Yeah.
Just like
And
jump at it.
I think I have a good comparison there too. When you guys asked about like balance in the channel and life, workflow is extremely important to me, and it's much more important to me than a marginal difference. So here would be my example. I have the Sony A6400. I have a couple of different lenses. I have the Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4 right here.
Right.
I also, this is a slight flex, but I also have a A6000, and then I have another A6000. But my filming camera is the original, not the Mark II, but the original Canon M50. Would my video quality probably be marginally better going to my 6400? Probably. But my workflow is going to be entirely disrupted and blown up. So that difference of the workflow is not worth that small adjustment that maybe you two would notice, but 97% of my viewers would never in a million years, if I told them to tell which one was better side by side, they would never even get to pick.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. Going down diminishing returns of these efforts is just a bad idea. And it just sets you so far back. And I think that's what you have to be aware of, and you have to add that equation up and go, like you say, well, I could pull the other camera out and disrupt all that. And that is something, whether you want to call it productivity or diminishing returns, I think that's something that more people need to hear.
We were just talking about that last week. We're always saying, like, if you're constantly going to be streaming, I mean, I know it's a lot to ask, but get yourself the camera that's going to stay there always. Don't change the settings. I can't tell you how many times I see people, they're fighting. I know I hate my S's too. I always say that. I can't wait to get your S's. Sounds so good. I can't wait to get my S's fixed. But
That was our topic this week.
right.
Yeah.
But I can't wait until like some people can get that camera that just stays there, because it could be as simple as, oh, I forgot to change the frame rate and now you look jittery, or now this, and it's always becomes an issue. If it just sits there and it stays on that all the time, and then you can go, like you say, get your other views, but my best camera is sitting right behind us. Who cares, right? Here's my best camera right here for this view. I could take it off the tripod. I could do anything I want with that camera and put it right back there. It's not going to be my streaming camera. And so, yeah, and that, I agree with you on that. And to get where you are, and someone saying those types of things, that's why you are where you are, because you have to make those sacrifices to spend a little extra money to be able to have things be a certain way, so your workflow just goes really smooth.
People need to start though. Like we talk about this, when you plan out gear buying, the acquisition should be based on friction points in the process or the flow, and that's really, people need to spend more time about that. What is going to uncork my ability to do more in a productive way, as opposed to I need to just get this thing. Well, I can buy the camera, this specific camera, whatever, pay for it, and I've got no other ability to do anything. Sometimes you're better off buying two cheaper cameras that can get the job done. So one can be a grab and go, one can be set. I'm just saying that we don't talk enough about that, and I think I'm glad that was brought up tonight, because. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dan, I know you're a busy dude and you stayed down here way longer than you should have.
Than you were paid for.
And but I just want to say this personally. I want to thank you for being the friend you've been to me lately. And I know we just go back and forth, and you ask me questions and stuff and whatever, but it means a lot. So just know that. And we really appreciate the support you give us, along with, there's some bigger channels that have been here that have really been here with their hands out and supporting us. And you're one of them. Tommy Bernhard has been a true friend, where I could bounce things off of him too. And that really, really helps some of us smaller channels. And I know that you probably won't invest time to people. Like, I think you see that I'm serious. I think that you see my sincerity is sincere. My time into things like equals, certain things like you said. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the certain people that have been really supporting us, along with our whole group of people. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and truly, back at you guys know you some of the most respected creators, especially with your specialties and your personalities and the support and everything.
We're nobody.
That's not true. And I love the community, love the streams, and everything. It's made a noticeable impact on my channel, so I do appreciate that.
Well, whatever.
Thank you so much.
But thank you. I'll just say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, he's gonna cry or do something weird. So
thank you so much, Dan, for coming in. Appreciate it, and
Absolutely.
Have a great night. And we'll catch you on your next stream.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks everybody in the chat.
Dan C. Bearded. Thank you.
Play his music. He's got music. Play his music out. Show the man some respect.
Dan's music?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. Play music.
Okay. All right.
Bye, Dan.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Thanks again. Wow. I mean,
he's awesome.
That's some good insight with some of the people that we've been meeting and making connections with, the bearded community. And it's interesting. And the eBay reseller group community that we've met. It's been really incredible, because here it's not about, it's a real fun thing, because they're looking to improve their streams and their videos, because it's not like we're competing at all. It's actually, they're looking for the help. They're looking for suggestions. They're looking for cost-effective things to increase their streams in a much better quality. And
to his point, also their workflow. And what's oddly with the reseller community, what's odd is we kind of need to start leaning on them a little bit more if we're going to see more of these shortages, because It's getting
Yeah.
to the point where if you really want to find anything at a decent price, we may have to dig through even more of eBay than we did already.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah, and but all in all, I'm just saying, like, and here's the thing, and that I want people to realize, like, if you want to learn how to live stream, you go and watch live streamers, and it's not just their tech; it's the way these bigger live streamers deal with the audience. Is and not just like you got like Dan, he'll be by himself, and there'll be 200-300 people, and then he'll have his co-host on certain days with him, and they work. But not just a big YouTuber like that. Then it could be literally like Mommy Lala, right, who just got monetized. She's got 4 different people working, 3 different, including herself, 4, with the cameras, with the audio. There's a lot going on in a stream like hers, and she's doing it and she's making it happen. And it's to be like, applauded, because across the board, it's you guys are making it happen by putting the tremendous efforts through. So I just really appreciate this. So Dan, thanks for sharing. That was very interesting, inspiring. All right, we have another person popping in here. Also, Mommy Lala, can't wait to celebrate. Absolutely. Hi, Samantha. Thanks for coming by. And she's going to have that stream. So we have another guest in the background. So I tell you what, right? I said we were going to go like 90 minutes today. That's not going to happen.
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Right. Especially, with the great group of people we have. So, but here comes Tommy Bernhard's
this
podcast.
guy.
Look at this guy.
I thought we were going to get a vote of whether or not to let this dude on. I didn't get a vote. I had to put my country music on and boots and all that stuff for this
What
guy.
are you doing up? He's
I
up
just
all
want to
night.
celebrate my wins.
Dude, all of his wins, huh?
Here's my wins.
Yeah. I had a couple of
Tropical
those.
llamas. I don't know this. This is hilarious.
No, but they're
don't know
trolls.
What? Well, the
what?
tropical llamas.
They don't move. You don't need the boots. You don't need anything.
He saves. I tell you, he saves everything llamas for you guys. For
He
you,
does.
Jeff, all the
I
time.
appreciate that. He understands where the energy comes from. Otherwise, it's just you and I talking about some ISO or some microphone or something.
All the time.
That's a lie.
Llama.
Yeah, the boots are very important in order to keep them isolated. Oh, here we
Whoa.
go.
Is that his funky llama music?
Yeah. Just now, you just got to picture a llama doing a little funky
Llama,
dance.
tell you something right
It's a
now.
terrible joke. It's a terrible joke. First
Tommy
time.
Bernhard's podcast doesn't like llamas or cows.
We love llamas. Especially when Fortnite came out, 'cause we made a lot of money on llamas.
Is that right?
Oh my God.
See, I'm telling you, that was a big deal. I remember the Fortnite llama stuff. That was a whole,
Everything is
Everything.
about money, right?
yeah. One way or the other.
Yeah, you're set up. I don't know who set up is saying, but someone's set up
My
looks
damn,
good.
it's not mine. Mine's crap. Mine's like, I never even took mine serious until like 6 days ago. So
Are you finding yourself needing to tweak more? Are you finding that urge for some reason? Yeah.
I always have, but
I'm
you're not
noticing
making
it.
money, right? When you're not making money, it's
Right.
hard to dump a lot of money into stuff,
Don't
right? When there's
don't
no-
tell my wife that.
Yeah, you might want to keep that for off screen.
Hopefully she's sleeping right now. Then.
Got it. It's your anniversary. Why am I hearing myself in my mic? My routing is messed up.
I don't hear you here. So
I don't-
Good. Okay, I fixed it.
oh.
Yeah, I don't know. My mining software has been acting up lately, and it reboots my PC randomly throughout the night. I don't know why. And it
Oh,
just
by the way, have you seen Bitcoin last couple of days?
no. I mine Ethereum. I try not to look at Bitcoin because I can't afford it. It's like
Yeah, but I mean, if the Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum's following anyway.
Yeah. What is it at?
Bitcoin's was at like 58 today.
What? I heard it was
Yeah,
going
which
to
is-
run real hard. It always does it. It's just like Dan was talking about eBay, ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
People panic. You just got to wait it out. Just wait it
Oh,
out.
I'm not even thinking of selling anything till it's 100.
No,
so-
you have some Bitcoin. I have like
Yeah.
$12 in Bitcoin.
I did okay with Bitcoin.
Wow, we have some guys in our community that told us about it a long time ago. Dave Tesla Picker, smart dude. His dad, when he was born, like started talking to him about crypto and stuff like that. Whenever it first came out, I don't know. And he followed. I wish I did because he's got banked.
Yeah,
Dang.
I have
Yeah.
people that I know that made millions. So
Isn't that crazy?
that's the thing. Like people don't know. Like I directly know people, and It's crazy because I go back till I was trading online in the late 90s, and I turned $5,000 into like $60,000 and in less than a year. And then I lost almost all of it also. But the fact of the matter is I lived off. Well, I still paid all my bills. I paid all my bills that year with the money though too. Right. But I learned a heck of a lot, and it's helped me for the next 20 years about how to deal with money and trading and et cetera, et cetera. So, but so Nick H is asking, everyone on screen has the same mic.
Almost.
Pretty damn close. Jeff and I have the same one, but Tommy's is darn close in the same kind.
We almost got that one.
Mimic after each other. They look like, don't they? I don't know who was first or second, but
you were first with your mic.
No. I mean, I don't know which company was first or second. Your company or
this would be first. I would imagine that Electric Voice was first. I mean, Electric Voice has been around for quite. I don't know how long's Rode been around now. Electric Voice has been around in the 60s, 50s.
Really good quality mics though. But yours is the Podcaster, right, Mike?
Mine's the Procaster, right?
Yeah, I think the Procaster.
Procaster. Yeah. Yeah, it is the Procaster.
And really, the frequencies are really close to these mics.
Yeah.
I almost got that mic, Tommy, several times, and then
I'm never happy with anything. I just like Tracy. Yep, there you go. Tracy.
There you go.
So Tracy's my co-host. If anyone doesn't know, she's awesome. But she's probably my biggest win, actually. If I had to say, if there was really a win.
That's no doubt.
Finding a co-host that you're compatible with is probably the hardest.
Yes. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah. People see that and they think, I'll just go get me a co-host. It doesn't work that way.
So the job reports came out today, and they were below 300,000 jobless for the first time since almost 2 years.
Wait, hold on. Fox News says the economy in shambles.
Well,
that's because we're in so much debt.
We're in debt.
So much debt. It's crazy.
Isn't it crazy though? How because I don't care. I think politics are the biggest ruse in the world. So we won't talk about
that. Sure it is.
I don't even believe that there even exists. It's all to make people fight. But
I agree.
It's working. Two different channels can just take the same numbers and tell you polar opposites of
economics and statistics are the two easiest things to distort to anything that you want to tell the story to. That's the thing. I took statistics in college, and I was floored at how 20 people on each side could take the same information and tell you a different story outcome.
Why do I feel so pale to you guys? You guys all look like you've been in a tanning bed. I'm like pale. I've
been working out.
I have my lights on for eBay. That's how I'm actually working right now. I'm on the clock. But my boss is cool. He's a cool
How
dude.
you doing? Does the boss know that you're taking a break?
He's a dummy.
Well, you got the dummy stuff. That helps.
eBay is my employer, so to speak. That is where most of my income is from.
I was just going to tell people, can you tell people what your podcast and what your channel is about?
Well, there is no what it's about. We're still 2 years later working on what it's about. But
but tell people what you do for a living.
Well, my podcast is often called New Jersey, the cesspool of broadcasting.
It just rolls off the tongue. By the way.
It is. It's we started out about talking about eBay, hardcore, but that's so boring, man. Talking about the same. I mean, I love have a passion for it. I had that, but there's 7,100 million channels out there that talk about it day in and day out.
Yeah,
I get that, Phil. And we go on late at night, and we just want to be ourselves, and whatever comes up, comes up. If we don't ever, like you said earlier, we don't have a topic ever. It's how bad our gas is that day, or what we ate for dinner, and then it just, like you said, 100%. The chat just lets it rip, and my opinion as a live streamer, the chat interaction is the most important thing anyone can learn. Because that is the hardest thing to learn.
Come on, it's a clean show, Tracy. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can't bring her to any other shows.
Tommy, I've seen your chat. You've rolled anywhere from the topic of the day of a missing person to obviously politics to
coffee talk, man.
Talking about looking at new streamers, and I remember the other night you were talking about new streamers and how their mics were bad, and you're not going to hang around. I mean, you're willing to go off on a ramp to keep things moving, and I think that's great. And John and I have talked about that. You have a topic, that's fine.
It's hard to grow.
Yeah, it is. And so I think you have to let chat move in, because part of this is entertainment.
Let's talk about that though for a second. Like he says it's hard to grow like that, but
well, one thing is YouTube hates live streaming. I don't care what anyone says.
It's true.
Is terrible. The most terrible thing any person can do for their channel. There is no. If I had a channel that I was seriously like pre-recorded, it would never once touch live streaming ever. Not one time ever, because they are the same analytics. And when what happens? You have two different audiences when you have live streaming and pre-recorded. If not, we would have, our guys that have 200, 300,000 subscribers when they went live, they would have 6,000 people in their chat.
Right.
Because people are not interested in live streaming. They want to listen while they're cooking breakfast or dinner or on the road or blah, blah, blah.
True. Right.
So what happens when you have two different audiences hitting two different notifications?
Well, it throws YouTube off a little bit.
They have to decide who, because even in your YouTube tells us everything, and we're all not smart enough to read what they tell us, right? We have an academy. They tell you not 100% of your subscribers get the notifications ever.
No.
They decide based on, because it's money. They're not going to send bandwidth out if people don't click, right?
Right.
You do it. So you have a pre-recorded base, you have a live base. Every time you do a live behind a pre-recorded, you're just stifling your channel. I will argue that till the day I die. And there's many people that will agree that, from Daryl Eves down to, Mr. Beast, you'll never see Mr. Beast put a live or a short on his channel.
Right. Well, yeah. I listen, I saw everybody. Well, I don't even want to get into that whole discussion because it drives me nuts. I see people chasing things sometimes like they're little shiny objects on the side, and then they'll talk about them the whole time. And I'm old enough to know like where in the end what's important to keep your eye on the prize, And I've, literally been serious about YouTube for 6 months, and my hard work and having your eyes on certain things that are important instead of the shiny things on the side will get you to where you're going. And I didn't fall prey to thinking that shorts were going to get me that. No. You're going to argue over that, and then they're going to sit on the short shelf, and then YouTube is not going to count the.
They still go into your algorithm, your whole picture of your channel.
Yeah. Well, they go into your algorithm, which could be beneficial, but the whole thing is they don't even count the hours to your watch time. So, I don't understand why you're wasting time on that.
When YouTube can separate live, pre-recorded, and shorts as totally different, even premieres are counted as a live. No one even knows that, and they still do premieres, and they wonder why they tank, and they tank every time. It's even says streamed 40 minutes ago. When you go,
I know, when you said that, and then I saw that actually on someone's channel, I was a little confused by it, and then you told me that, I was like, oh, no wonder it does that. It looks like a live stream.
They don't know any better.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and we see it all the time. We have a big community, and we see recently people have started to realize the lives just tank their channels, and they started breaking off doing a live channel. The biggest takeaway from that is you realize that how many of your subscribers actually watch your lives, because they have 20,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers on their main channel. They get tremendous views. They make a live channel, they get 2,000. 3,000. And then that's who shows up for their live.
But here's the thing. I want to get back to that in a second. But first I want to do this really quick. We'll get back to this really quick. But Ken is saying, I would never do a pre-recorded video as a premiere. And so he's backing that up. But we got Art here. He's a big fan of UFC. He says, how the heck did you get Jens as a guest talking eBay?
We did get him to talk about eBay. I'm going to tell you that actually we've had some wins. If I don't put we don't put any effort into our stream ever, so don't take anything from us. We literally, no, and I'm not lying. We put absolute. If there was a negative amount, well, that's what we put in. We don't plan. We don't do. Even for gens or anything, I don't do anything. I literally hit the button and we go every day. We don't. Tracy and I talk about today. The only thing we've had a discussion about is a wool sweater she found. That's it.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Literally.
Merino wool.
No, it was Scottish wool.
Alpaca wool.
Yes. We're gonna send it to you.
God,
it's thicker in the back for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a party in the back and all business in the front.
But that's the thing. If you put your focus to it, you can do tremendous things. Like Dan was saying earlier, 100%. But he's got ADD. He just hasn't diagnosed it yet, because I'm the same way.
And when he said those things, I was like, that's me. I probably also. Yep.
The problem is that hyper focus. I hyper focus just like that.
Yep.
But I also do it with eBay, so I'm separated. That's my I can't put because eBay pays the bills, and that's where you get struggle at.
That's why I think I would be a good eBay seller, because my wife has told me since the day one she met me that I'm hyper focused with anything. And when you talk about eBay, like I've been doing comps, dude, since they first were available. Like I go through that stuff. I know how to find stuff faster. I look for incorrect spellings to get things cheaper.
Atfingers.com.
Oh, it does it for you?
To it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But,
That's his second morning. One morning he's gone. He keeps freezing.
and then they used to have the sniper. I used to use that before anybody.
Oh my God, the sniper. Oh my
You know?
God. Yeah.
They even have sniper apps on your phone now you can take with you.
That's right. That's
That's
great.
cool.
Do you find
there's so many hacks for eBay. I mean, we could talk hours about how to make money on eBay. It's probably the easiest. If anyone out there, if you need money for your stream and you have a job and it's hard, sell shit on eBay. I'm telling you, you can walk to the curb, you can walk to the dumpster, to the Goodwill, to the Salvation Army. There's undervalued shit everywhere in this world, everywhere.
Yeah.
And you just got to find it and put it on eBay, and it will sell.
So do you ever go to the bins in Pennsylvania?
I have been to the one. There's probably 50 in Pennsylvania, but I've been to the one on 30. It's on 30 on the way to Lancaster.
Okay.
It's like
Because
on the
you were
backside of
talking,
Wilmington.
weren't you talking there's some out here like on 80?
Who?
Route 80 going across into Penty?
Well, Yakov. Yakov. We had Yakov on the other night. It was he lives on Staten Island.
Okay.
And we're gonna meet him and a big YouTuber. His name's Lala Josh. He's a big eBay YouTuber. We're supposed to meet this Sunday. He's got to come off the island, and we're gonna meet at like the most northern part of Jersey, outside the. He comes out of Staten Island, makes a left, and hooks into Jersey, headed toward like maybe Tom's River, that type area. But it's right on the border. That's where we're gonna go. I don't know if that's where 80 is or what.
That's dirty Jersey, bro.
All of Jersey dirty, bro. Come on.
it's a diaper area of Jersey.
Tom's River. Woo.
Yeah, but look at Atlantic City, their best area they have. You walk outside, you either get murdered or fall in a cesspool.
No.
One or the
Listen,
other.
Awesome.
I
Good times.
told you, when things get a little better and I have a little barbecue, I'll invite you up. We'll have some YouTubers. You're gonna see. Where I live out here in the western area, north is really nice out here.
My dad stayed in Springfield for a while.
Oh yeah, that's like 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah, he was for railroad.
But
He was for the railroad.
That's really close to Newark, though. But the thing is, you got some really nice towns like Madison, Chatham is over that, not far from there. You know, West Orange.
Also, the richest zip code in the world, or in the United States, is in Jersey. It's
Yeah.
I went to what's it called? I went up there. You go past the city, and then
I
went up there to test drive a car. And on
Yep.
the test drive, they take you to P Diddy's house, to Oprah's house, to
Yep.
Little Kim's house. You go on a tour, pulling in driveways of celebrities to sell you a car. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah. There's some serious cash over there by Inglewood. It's next to
What is it
Inglewood.
called, man? What's that place called?
I should know off the top of my head, but I don't. But it's next to Inglewood.
It's crazy. I found Mark from this community. I found him in like Daniel Batal's chat when they were doing that thing for Owen videos.
Mark Sequence.
Yeah, Mark Sequence. And I found him, and I just made one dumb comment, and he's been in our streams now ever since that comment.
He's like a puppy dog that followed you home.
See,
Gave
thank
one-
God. This is why we have a great community here.
No,
so.
it's not Alpine. It's not Alpine. It's
Oh well, Alpine is definitely big money though. Huge money.
just talk for a second. I'll tell you what it is.
It's probably is Alpine.
It starts with an E, I believe. I believe. I mean, I went there.
This is where all the rappers and everybody live though,
Yeah,
where they build the big
right.
houses. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
but there's big money. And you remember Rev Run from Run DMC?
Yeah.
I would see him all the time up on Route 17. I'd be at like class and I'd run out to the store, and a couple times we went to some place to eat on 17. He would stop and pick the food up. He would always go there. And so you'd always see, like, I used to see all the people from Sopranos, everything at the mall. You see tons of people here.
And I just searched.
Yeah, this is the other thing, Inglewood Cliffs.
And it's probably in that area because I believe that's in what
Yeah,
is
that's-
that called? What is
that's
that?
That's up in Bergen County.
Right, Bergen County. Yep, but there's actually all right. Hold on.
Bergen County. Oh God.
Yeah, that's
All right, Hamilton, Springfield, Mount Laurel. I'm looking at. It was a BMW dealership, so I'm now Tenafly.
Yeah, no, there's Alpine's way bigger money. Tenafly, that's my dad lives in Tenafly. He had a house in Tenafly.
it might not be like the BMW dealerships in Tenafly, but you go out, it might be like
Yeah, it's Alpine. It's Alpine.
Ropa lives, or Little Kim, P Diddy had a house there.
It's Alpine.
Okay, so I thought it was.
Yeah, it's really close though.
Okay.
But
Where's Ryder College in New Jersey? You know Ryder College?
That's in South Jersey, I believe.
Is it?
Oh, art.
Because I spent some time there for a music thing, and I was just wondering. I never knew where it was.
Can I answer Art real quick? Because Art, he said he was a UFC
Yes.
fan.
Oh, yeah.
Art, again, this is staying on your channel topic is very important, right? And I don't do that, so don't ever take advice. I will bring someone I want to bring on. I don't care about the views. I don't care about anything. And I made friends with Jen Spalver. Tracy and I both did. The first UFC lightweight champion. He streams on Twitch every day. It's the most just spectacular live stream for UFC you ever see. He's the best of the best. He breaks down fights. He goes through it. He teaches you. He watches stream. What is it called? Street beefs or what's it? Where they fight in like a dirt pit out.
And he goes over the fight.
He goes over the fight. He breaks down all the big ones. And he's amazing guy. And I started talking to him. And he came on our show. I knew it would tank the views. It was just gonna. It still has not even moved yet. But I didn't care. I could care less. It was just exciting.
It's the experience.
Oh my God! I would rather talk. I would rather have 0 views and talk to him than have 10 million views and make $300, $400, whatever, off of it. And
right.
It was fun. But Art, yeah, reach out to those guys. They're very, very open. Yeah, Street Beefs. They're very open. There's like 20 UFC fighters that stream on Twitch every day, and the best part about them is they have no idea what they're doing. They know nothing about YouTube.
Doesn't matter.
If you can lend them a hand or advice, they're in your pocket. That's all you got to do. Because their YouTube thing, they have no idea how to grow a YouTube channel. So I've been trying to help Jen's, even though you look at my channel, you're like, why would you help anybody?
Why not?
But I know how YouTube works. I just don't have the time.
You're just not applying it the way you
want to invest. I don't want to do it. No.
Yeah, but you're doing what you want to do though. Right. And so the question is, you keep on saying we don't do the things to grow our channel and this and that, but are you happy doing what you're doing? Obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, we still have goals. We still
right.
I can't expect Tracy to waste her life for free.
Too late.
She's
true.
Too late.
That was before she met you.
Right. And
sorry,
but we've had, whenever I do get lumps of money, because sometimes we do have amazing months where something just happens, and I try and send her everything that I can, and make it worthwhile, because without her, it's nothing.
Yeah, you're a great team. Definitely a great team.
Yeah, it's just weird how it all worked out, and I think being solo would be much easier than having a co-host, but you wouldn't get the dynamic of that. What is that? What do you do, Tracy?
Tracy, what did you do, Tracy? Tracy!
I would have said hello, but I got timed out. You got timed out? What'd she say?
She got timed out on accident. They're working through it. She said she's not going to sue, but I'm unconcerned.
She got a potty mouth. I don't blame you. But yeah, check them out. They're awesome, dude.
Well, I've talked to you a few times, and I mentioned it before, but just to be able to bounce some things off of you, and being a little bit more experienced with YouTube, and you kind of reaching out to me and being a friend it's been helpful to have discussions with you, because it is hard doing it, and want to be happy. I want to have people that are asking the questions, and the people that are engaging in the chats, and and also letting, like you said, finding your tribe, right? And you're always going to have people that are there for something else, and that's fine. You can't get rid of that, but the more important thing is I want to walk away from the streams being fulfilled, and even if it's not dropping the big K. Right. What's that?
Not like view wise or anything, just your mental state.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy, fun. We had a good time. We laughed our butts off, whatever.
I do the same thing. I don't get off stream until I see Tracy falling asleep to the wheel, and then That's how I know I succeeded for the day. When she's like, oh.
I've seen her a couple of times do some nods. You know, it's like you're like John, be like, I guess we're done. You know, we're done. And, hour and a half later, I guess we're done. We're done.
No, yeah, don't do that. But no, that's the hardest thing to learn, right? Is not. We talked about this.
Yeah.
In the beginning, everyone does this. You try to please everyone.
Right.
You can't. You can't worry about that guy not showing up next week, that girl not showing up next week. If you piss that person off, if you did that, because then you become not real. You're just pleasing people, and being real, being you'll bring the people in that want to be there, and eventually you get over that. We all do it. I did it for a long time. Try to be nice to people and pay attention to people that were just trying to get attention. They were there for ulterior motives, and everyone will go through that.
Plus, I'll just piss people off for just being me, like you said.
Right?
So.
Yeah, of course. And then that's hard to deal with, like, for a lot of people. But people respect that, and then you have some that don't respect it because they have a reason not to respect it. Because I respect people like Dan, like you said about his Jesus God, it's already late. It's not cockiness, it's
right. Confidence.
Right. Well, a lot of people get jealous about that because they don't have that.
Right.
And I think that's what we face a lot, where we're confident in what we do, or what I try not to give people advice, but if I do, I know it's going to be mostly right. And I'm confident in that. And we get labeled as like the same way, like, arrogant, asshole-ish, bad, whatever. But I don't care, because people show up every week. We have a good
but the thing is, are you giving advice to someone that doesn't want the advice? Or are you giving right? No. So like, if you came to me and you had advice, first of all, I'm a very stubborn, and I'm a person that believes in just believing in myself. But the thing is, if someone did give me advice, I do soak it in, and it takes a little time for me to soak it in, and then I evaluate it and then see where it stands. And I might even throw it.
Being told things, dude. No one does. I don't like it either, but I know there's always people that know more. Always.
Well,
but at the end of the day, it's a Rorschach test. So how I see your advice is pretty much going to expose how I see the world. And if you're doing something that's confident and mirroring back on me, sometimes people are more jealous of somebody having a confidence than they are people who have money.
I knew Jersey was like that. I knew Jersey had a little bit of pleasing going on there.
Yeah, they're always pleasing here.
Oh,
but yeah, and it's sad because a lot of YouTube is fake. And that's what we call that out. And we tell, if someone asks me my opinion about someone, I say it, and I don't care. And even if it's going to hurt, for a little while, they'll respect me not lying. You know what I mean? Like,
trust me, I know what you mean 100%.
If someone directly, even if it's live, if they directly ask me about someone, because we have a lot of, what you find is there's a lot of money grabbing in YouTube. People start out for the right reasons and they end up being in the wrong reasons all the time. And in our space, it's the same way. We have a few people we call the OGs that started the reselling YouTube. They are the end all be all. I respect them with every ounce that I have. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. They paved the way.
Right.
And most of them have over 100, 200 to 500,000 subs.
Right.
They're making six figures just on AdSense.
Yep.
The difference is you get the new people that come in to take that information. They want a shortcut. They start the, Patreon, they start the this, they start that, and they start charging for the information they didn't even create now.
Yep.
They don't even know how to apply the information that they're telling. They're so new that they don't even know what, this OG taught them. They haven't even applied it for a year yet. This guy's been doing it for 20. It's want to charge you for it.
It's very easy on this platform to go out and parrot something you saw and put your stamp on it and sell it as a valid opinion.
Ken says, if you are bothered by all people not liking you, YouTube isn't for you. You'll always have people that don't like you.
Turns out.
And that is absolutely true. But I like what you're saying here, because Jeff and I have discussed that too. Like, I've had more than a handful of people come to me and said I could be like collecting money already. Yeah. And I know in my heart of hearts what is the right thing to do and what is going to make me a happy person. Money doesn't make me happy. I've had plenty of people in my life that have had money in their families, and it hasn't made them completely happy.
I love our people. Anfisa is one of our people. She's so awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. I actually watched her. She did a little stream with Philly Flipper last week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she's a real person, another real person. You know, that's like,
And she's a phenomenon on TikTok, and you would never know it because it don't transfer to YouTube. So
I know, it's so nuts, right?
right.
she showed a video of like her ducks or something one time. Her chickens on so Anfisa lives in the middle of BFE, Alaska, with on off grid solar system, the whole nine. She's the real deal.
She's using the antenna and tinfoil to get a signal.
And riding his horse behind her, like out her backyard, and she's got like a video of just her chickens on TikTok. It's got like 9 million views or something.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
You don't know.
9 million views. Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. She's gonna be big on YouTube when she applies herself. She's got they're living in a fifth wheel, dude. Her husband and kids and animals, and it's already
awesome.
negative 90 up there. Then you want to live in a fifth wheel with moose in your yard. I mean,
It's easy. And
when
bears running around.
When she steps up to a sixth wheel, I'm gonna send her purple lights.
You don't want to
She gets
overwhelm her.
that sixth wheel, bro. That's it.
You talk about people grinding. She's grinding.
Yes.
I mean, she's out in her shed taking pictures of people's old clothing to sell on eBay in negative 100-degree weather. It's crazy. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's like people start a YouTube channel and then like in 3 months they're burnt out. And I'm like thinking to myself, did you think it was going to be
They're
easy?
doing it for the money.
Yeah, that's the quickest way to burn out. That's the quickest way because you're never going to see that coming at you really quick.
Yeah, but their desperation is unbelievable.
It is. Well, that's the biggest mistake that I see in and this is our space. So I'm not trying to knock your space or other spaces. This is our space. When I speak about YouTube, I know nothing about barely ours, let alone anyone else's. They're in it they see their viewers as paychecks. And when you see your viewers as a paycheck, you've already failed.
Yeah, it's
already
a problem. Yeah,
because we see it all the time, and your viewers not a paycheck. You should be honored that they're there, not the other way around.
Right, the other way around.
Yeah, because
we go ahead. Sorry,
I was going to say because you said that, and when you said that, I was like, really? Like I don't even comprehend that. I am in that position where I'm just so thankful to have people here, and then to give the information. I ran up to my wife before I went on stream, 20 minutes before stream, and I said, I just got 2 DMs that made my day. Unbelievable. Like people sending me these messages and the energy and dude, $1 million couldn't make you feel like that.
And that's how it is. When you can help someone, and we've done it. We've seen, I think Danica was in here. We helped her privately one time fix something in her eBay store, and just the next few days of her talking about her sales publicly, like not for me, I didn't, I don't need that reassurance. I knew what was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
To watch her tell other people that, and her happiness is enough to not need the money behind it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're like ecstatic that she's so happy, and then it just causes a trickle effect right down the line that is unexplainable to how it feels.
So a quick story. So, and you can cut me off anytime. Just tell me to leave.
Beep.
Oh, sorry, gotta go. We had a guy who's a new phenomenon in our space. He's a clothing seller. He's make a guy feel warm.
No pressure, no pressure.
The hot seat.
But he, because if people have a video take off, they don't know how to really respond. You got to be ready to respond. You got to be ready to take it and run.
Yep.
Or go suck your thumb in the corner. There's only 2 ways to go about it.
Yep.
And he took it and he ran, and we had him on, and beforehand he was telling us about something that because viewers a lot of times can ask you for things and mess with your train of thought. You get 20 viewers that say, "Hey, would you do this? Would you do this? Would you?" Even though it's against every principle that you have. There's Danica, Lady Luck John. Even though it's against every principle, you get enough people asking you, it can kind of mess with your brain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy, Matt, he's like a guru in men's clothing. He can just tell you hundreds of brands of men's clothing. Anyone can go in a thrift store and find and turn $7 into $100 by selling it on eBay. So before we were ready to go live, he started telling me about this idea he had about this. It's called a men's manifesto, where he wanted to take all this time and energy and put all the clothing brands, their values, their star rating, to make it so you get a mobile catalog you could take with you when you're at the thrift store. Really an idea. Really an idea.
Yeah.
For comps, right? For comps?
Well, just that that he put a star rating like the value and stuff, and then you would, of course, just go in and comp it yourself. But anything in there was pretty much golden. So the problem was he was going to charge people for it. And I literally was like, we're not going to go live. Like, I was getting ready to, I wouldn't do it because I would not allow, I don't support that. And I said, can I present something to you? And this is how I know it worked. He just hit it big, at the time. He had a video go from 500 views to 40,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but to a new YouTuber, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Now he's, we'll get to the end, but I said, I know the space. I know people. I've watched it. I've watched and studied the OGs, how they started all this. If you give this away for free, your viewers will 100-fold pay you more than you'll ever make selling it. Promise you. He did it. The next day, he stopped in our stream and gave me $100 and said he's made more money than he ever thought he would make in his YouTube career, like overnight.
Wow.
He moved and doubled his apartment size. And
he's in 200 square feet now.
He's in California. Yeah. He's living in California, flipping clothes from the thrift stores to live in California, like in a nice area, not like outside LA.
Okay.
So he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's now living in a $1,600 a month apartment, closer to where he sources.
Right.
All from within a 2 months, 3 month span of giving something away for free.
Yep.
They donate because he had a link that said, here, it's free. If you feel like it helped you, donate. If not, don't do it. And everyone just piled the money in on
there's
it.
There's a psychology to it. And you have to give value. That's where everything has to start. You got to give value. Now, the best thing is if you give value and you mean it, or you feel the spirit of that intent, because it will come across to people when you feel fake about that. And you have to do it for a long period of time. But it is true. And there's a psychology that if you do this so often, you see this in email campaigns. If you do that for a while and you give something away in email campaigns, what we found was over time, there's a psychology response where people now want to give you money. They literally they don't even know they want to, but they want to give you money. There is an actual syndrome.
Support system. Yeah. Ken's asking you a question here. He wants to know what exactly is an eBay reseller space. I'm an eBay user, but occasionally only a few sales and buys a year.
Well, it's just like, I call everything a space because it's a genre, a niche, whatever you want to say.
Right.
You guys are in the helping creator space or,
ecosystem.
Whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Most of the eBay space is about how people show you how to go make money. It's easy and anyone can do from things that are just sitting in plain view,
like flipping things, basically.
Flipping things. It's stuff that people have been doing for years and years and years, but not really taking it to heart as it's a legitimate income. I mean, we have people making millions a year doing it. It just depends on how you want to scale. It's so scalable and you can reproduce it over and over and over and over and over again. It's not like we had a big one of our friends he's got like 220,000 subs. He knows better than I always like to ask this question about when does it become eBay versus YouTube? Where do you go? Because we have a lot of people that fake it and they let the eBay side go by and still now they want to teach you how to do it, but they don't actually do the eBay anymore because they're so focused on YouTube. But when someone becomes a YouTuber, they lose credibility instead of the actual person doing the work.
Right.
In our space. Now, that doesn't apply to every space, because it's just our space. Because if
kind of does.
eBay, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to pull my better suit here. But eBay changes every day. They announce new updates, new policies, new change. If you're not doing it every single day, or at least, majority of your time, you're not going to be up on that. And you can't teach people. If not, they go out and lose their ass trying to sell things. They have no idea what they're doing because you're giving them bad advice. And there's nothing worse to me than seeing someone's pocket take a hit because they watched a YouTuber for bad advice.
Well, I just want to point this out that you do this full time for a living, right? So,
Right.
it's on a professional level. So, but I also want to point out Anfisa saying that by the way, her course is 50% off tonight only. So
Tonight only,
you might want to jump into that if you want to. It's quite interesting, and
even if you want to do it just on the side, there's so many hacks to it to save you, like shipping alone.
right.
Most
Yeah.
people go to the post office, they pay 4 times the rate that you can pay just going to a website on your computer and printing out the label and sending it off.
And
Yeah.
I would like to discuss some of the shipping thing with you someday because I need a couple tips. But don't ever lend me anything because if you want it back, I'll just bid it on eBay. What a country! So anyway,
Where's my weed eater, man?
we have another person in the back for the stream, and this is going to be the last person that we'll take in, just because he's put a tremendous amount. I've never met him before. This is someone I think you know, and he put a tremendous amount of effort into his ponytail, and so I want to bring him on while we're here and say hello. Do you know?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. He is prepped and primed.
Yeah, he said,
Tommy.
"Hi,
For
Mark.
you, buddy.
Nice meeting you." And it was like about 45 minutes ago. You're like, "Are you serious? You're gonna have people on?" And I was like, "Yeah." So you've been primping and prepping for 45 minutes?
It happens. You guys are worth it.
Dude,
It takes time.
Real quick, and I'll let Mark have the stage. But we're in a lonely profession. I'm in my basement all night. It's
Yeah.
I
Attic.
work till like 7 a.m. It's lonely. So we love live streams. That all of us, everyone in my space loves live streams. So I found Mark and he found us from the Owen videos cancer charity thing that they did. And I saw him go live and we went in there and you've only been streaming for how long? Not long, right?
I think this is my second month.
Second month, right?
Okay.
He went live. He had a couple dudes on there just BSing about Apple products and Android for like 9 hours the other day. 9 hours. I was like, yes, I'm hooked.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's
in the morning. You can't be picky,
No.
it gives you like tremendous energy. The people do, and you'll take that ride because it's new for you right now. But then you'll also take that vibe too when it gets a little bit freaky sometimes. So, but it is amazing because the connections you can make with the people. Like if we had never done a live stream, I would have never met Tommy. I would have never met a lot of these people that I connect with.
Yeah.
And it becomes, some of them actually become friends. Like I kind of know for a fact that Tommy and I are going to meet, someday. Like I know it's going to happen. And there's a group of people that I have those connections with. And so I know you want to get out of here and you got work to do, Tommy, but
I'm fine, but you can kick me out anytime. I take a break. I'm on
I only came for Tommy.
so do you want to stay or do you want to go while we talk?
All right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we got Mark here. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself. And you obviously found us through Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And
that is exactly true. Next question.
sir,
So, you know what? My first video that I ever made, I was actually pressured into doing so. It's on my channel. It's my only pre-recorded, pre-thought out, planned out, piece of work. And I was like, okay, that'll do. So what happened was, with the lockdowns, I found myself with a lot of time. Unfortunately, what happened affected me in both of my jobs. So construction by day and DJ by night. So one of the first two things, people are like, hey, maybe let's not have these strangers, for lack of a better word, in our home while we figure out what the heck is happening. And then also no large gatherings, no parties, no birthdays, no graduation, no weddings, no everything was postponed, canceled, so we're like, okay, what's going on? So I found, after I finally saw it as a mandatory paid vacation where someone like myself in the trades, even if you're sick, they call the next guy. So
can I ask you what trade?
Construction.
Yeah. What is your?
Well, my father, he started as a cement mason, so that's his fort, and he's a general contractor. So the family business was construction general contracting.
I'm a communications guy in construction, so that's why I was asking.
Anyone else analyzing his background? But like me, I'm going bonkers here analyzing his background. I see golf
So
clubs. I see a Switch. I see a bunch of toys that could get
I'm
you.
afraid to look too close.
I see women.
You don't
There's
have
a pair of
and you don't have a kidnapper van outside.
that
do
is
you?
that's
thong
that's
underwear hanging
the
from
buffalo horn.
something.
That's for
What is it?
drinking.
What the
That's
golf
for drinking.
clubs?
Yeah, that's a
Looks
buffalo
like a-
horn hollowed out.
The
Oh, it
buffalo.
looks like a golf
Oh.
head cover, does it not?
It does. Look at that. All right. Now,
All the stuffed animals, like
Yeah, Rick and Morty. You know,
Thank you, Cashew. Cashew was kind enough to put your YouTube channel up here
Oh, sweet.
for a link. So thank you. I appreciate
Cashew.
that, Cashew.
oh, Gesundheit. That's tight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gesundheit.
So from people not having parties and canceling stuff, we're like, well, now what do I do? But again, in that line of work, if you get hurt, kind of sucks. Maybe your employer will help you out a bit. But if you're sick or if you don't show up, they call the next guy or go get someone from down the street. Literally, there's you've seen them.
Home Depot.
Home Depot, all those places. There's plenty of people who will just do it. So
Mark's in Silicon Valley, by the way.
that's
Okay.
true. And so here in
Well,
Silicon,
lots of info over there.
so normally, I mean, staying home, working from home is something I never would even have thought about. Just from it's not how I'm conditioned. It's get up early, get your work boots, get your coffee, grab a bite if you want to bite. Let's go, get to the truck, move. We're hitting maybe 3 construction sites today, or one in Concord, one in Saratoga, and one in San Francisco, which are all like 45 minutes away from each other. So you're going to be gone for 12 hours easy, right? So
Yeah.
From that to hey, there's less work to there's no work to luckily with the pandemic unemployment, it covers people who never, like myself, would never ever be covered and would never be able to receive benefits because even if you for me, I get a company check, but I'm not on W-2 or payroll or anything, so I still would be kind of self-employed in the eyes, getting a credit card, getting a loan,
Right.
all that stuff. So it was really weird to hey, and I might as well enjoy it. Let me flip the switch. I had a baby. She just turned 1. And
Oh,
so-
congratulations.
thank you. So that it's really weird. There's a lot of silver linings in here.
There's a lot going on there. You're changing jobs. You got a pandemic. You got a child. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
I switched from Zoom meetings that were mandatory to YouTube and Twitter. That was voluntary. So around this time last year, maybe July last year, I was like, hey, you know what? iPads are pretty cool. I've never had an iPad. Let me look up some reviews. So that's how I stumbled on Tech Twitter, Tech YouTube, and all those guys putting reviews. And I got to find out about John Prosser, Luke Miani, Greg's Gadgets, Sam Cole with iUpdate. I found.
All right, tell people who these people are. What are they? They're in what?
They're the other like-minded geeks and nerds and tech enthusiasts who are like me. Maybe they played Pokemon. Maybe they played Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe they played some basketball, but maybe they were more interested in
It's
getting
a very dark
Beyblades.
version of John's space, a very, very dark version of your space, John. It sounds like.
Who's John? John
Yeah,
Foster?
Yeah.
No, John Coffey, the guy, the host that you're on this
Yeah,
channel.
I'm John up here. This guy right here.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
Oh, you're a
No.
fellow nerd?
I think. Well, yeah, I'm a tech guy, right? Hence,
Yeah.
coffee talking tech. But it's
Stimulants?
yeah. I mean, so that space sounds like good for 8-year-olds. But I mean, me, it's like adult stuff. But
Well, I mean,
No,
you
I'm
figure
kidding. I'm
it's the
kidding.
same people that would go to CES or Comic-Con or an Apple event when
Yes,
they were having
yes.
in person.
Which is
So
a
all-
lot of different ages. Yes.
Everyone. I mean, with anything, right? There's no real your demographic. It's all shapes, sizes, colors, backgrounds. Rich, poor.
Yes.
Because poor people, if anything, they live a rich lifestyle, right? Where credit and
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So-
debt be damned.
That's happening all the
look great for
time.
just having a baby.
Tracy's saying you look great for just having a baby, Mark, by the way.
I didn't have to do much. But no, it's always
That's what
always
she said.
I clear. Oh man. No, I clear my schedule whenever it's time. Again, it's something that nice. So it's something where I've for the first time I'm seriously considering hey, how many other people work from. My sister works from home. My mom did it for a bit. She's back in the
Okay.
office now. Where I'm like, so you're saying I don't have to get up at the crack of dawn or earlier and get ready for a concrete truck or to break out some concrete or lay out, crawl under a house that I've never been that no one's been under there before, right since they built it. I don't have to break my back, risk my knees, or risk injury, and I can stay here where there's AC, heating, Wi-Fi, Where I have all my creature comforts, right? So
I like Vince. Vince is my
Mark's new, Vince is saying Mark's newest subscriber is FBI.
what happened? What did I say? What did I say?
I don't know. I think it's the pink headphones, the child's toys. And
These aren't child's-
the
these
stuff
are
you would
not
lure
child's
kids
toys.
into your van with.
I'm dying.
This is Adult Swim stuff, so no kids in the pool.
Oh my
I checked
God.
I checked that in every video and every stream. Not for kids. No.
I'm dying. That is hilarious.
I mean, kids don't have money. What do you think a kid's gonna do with a Switch, right? They can't buy a Switch.
their parents have money.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So,
Pied
how
Piper.
long have you been doing this eBay reselling now?
He doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't
Oh,
do
I
that.
don't.
He's. I met him from a. We got 3 different spaces in here right now.
Yep.
Okay, so what are you doing then? Wait a second.
Having a good time.
Are you listening to what the man's saying?
Yeah, I heard all that, but what's he doing for the money?
So unemployment. We were on a pandemic unemployment assistance up until
Right.
September,
Right.
and from September to now, reluctantly, I liquidated maybe 60% of my DJ business, which I didn't want to have to do. And you're taking about a 50% loss to get something today.
Right.
Yeah.
I put it off. I put it off as long as possible. I'm in between 2 jobs at the moment, Best Buy and Shipped, and so that's in the air. Going through the pre-hiring for that. The reason that I decided to liquidate some of my DJ speakers, high-end Bose speakers, is we also had an out-of-country death in the family, so we had to finance my mother's trip to Mexico to go handle last
Sorry about that.
all that stuff. It happens, man. It
Gotcha.
happens. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Again, a lot of the stuff is unforeseen. So when they said that the additional payments, the government payments, were going to end on the 4th of September, I assumed that was not going to affect the remainder of my claim. So in my claim, I still had about $5,000 that was supposed to carry me to January. So I was just going to kind of just hang around. I mean, you guys have been watching. I try to not watch the news too much. Just the
Yeah.
kind of the footnotes if I can help it. So
Right.
things get better, then they get twice as bad, and they get half as good, and then bad again. I'm vaccinated, but I still take my mask with me everywhere I go. I still don't want COVID. So again, it's not just
Why,
it's
you
not just
wanted it
myself.
before?
No, well, people say like, "Oh, if you're vaccinated, everything's fine." I'm like, "No, it's
No.
not." So,
So,
I think
Tommy, it's kind of late. I kind of feel like I'm lost. What the hell is his channel about?
He just started it. I
just started.
found him.
does it need to be about something, John? Let me ask you that.
That's a good question.
And
Well,
if
no,
it
no,
does,
no. I'm just
why?
confused because I know you know Tommy, so I didn't know if it was connected with eBay reselling or not.
We have a lot of people that watch us that are not into reselling. Believe it
I've
or not.
noticed that. Yeah.
Believe it. It's
So
crazy.
do you? So then, Mark, do you? So you started this channel, and
Under pressure,
do you have any idea where you want to go with it?
we're doing it. It's happening right here, right now, before I've ever.
Oh, okay.
Socialization, hanging out with you guys.
a random live chat, right? Not
Oh,
Yeah,
all
and-
right.
What
I
do
got
you
you.
into? You like coffee? I hear that. You
Well,
like glasses? Clearly, you and your co-host here.
Yeah, I love coffee, but it's coffee talk. It's more about coffee talk. So we
never
go
drink
in, we'll talk
Just
about
get to breathe.
anything. But yeah, so
heard you.
no, I'm not being whatever. I'm serious. So I get your vibe right now. So you're going with the flow. You know that you want to do something like this, and then you just being on here is part of the whole even experience of trying to figure out where it's going to go. What do you want to do? Live stream? I want to start a channel, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's not much to it. It's happening now. I wanted to, for one, make new friends. My old ones weren't cutting it.
Right.
So this entire sphere, I never really gave a fair shake.
Okay.
I created a Twitter a decade ago. I didn't go on it for anything more than tweeting a sweepstakes or something like that, and I wouldn't go on it. And Tommy laughs.
A lot of I know, I get it. I
Twitter
think
sucks.
because a lot of people start out that way with no vision. They just go, they start a channel, and then after a few months in, you start to
Develop a vision.
and then you realize, like, as a small channel, the hardest thing to do is grow without topics, without secrets. Search.
I'm having fun. When we talked about it a few moments ago, right? We're like, are you
Yeah.
having fun, Tommy? Like, you're having. Yeah, this is
Right.
This is really cool. I mean, I've talked to some people that I used to watch and just would just to me in my head, they were so far out of
Right.
reach. Like to me, they were as approachable, as attainable as celebrities were. I mean, there's many states over. They're doing this thing. They know what they're talking about. They get in their zone, and they have X amount of thousands or tens of thousands of subscribers, followers, all this stuff. I mean, you figure if you peek at my Twitter in the last 4, maybe 5 months of me actually being active on it, I'm up to what, like 8,000 tweets and 520 followers, which is basically from zero in the last 4 or 5 months of me just finding a tweet or two, or when I have something to say, I say it, I add to it, like I retweet, I get involved, and so this is all brand new to me.
So if you're going to start a channel, though, right, and you're serious about starting a YouTube channel, just make sure, and I see a lot of people do this, they spread themselves really thin between all the social media.
They don't convert at all. Zero.
No, they don't.
It's like the biggest conversion that I've come away with, and it's going to be different for other people. Some people will say, hey, Twitter really works for me. The only thing that I make connections with is Instagram. There's connections because the communication doors are a lot easier open there, and people talk back and forth, and they like to do a lot of advertising on there. But then there's another thing too. If you can find a niche into Facebook groups, they can be very effective. But depending on what your niche is, because then you said Pokemon, right? So if you can go and find these huge groups and you get yourself infused into those groups, it can turn over into
grow
YouTube
fast.
too.
When you're in a niche like that, those channels grow fast.
Yes.
They grow
I
fast.
think what I'm most into is being into a bunch of stuff. Again, like I said, how I mentioned, I kind of cut ties with all of my IRL friends and best friends, and ended up being not so much or not as much a friend as I valued. I did my my part. Hey, at least at the end of the day, I know where I was in those relationships. But again, I was like able to detach from that and figure out who the hell am I? What do I like? Why was I with these people in these places doing everything they wanted to do?
No, I was
what am I
lost
even
because
into?
I wasn't understanding where you were going with all this, and now I do. And so your journey has begun already. And put it this way, like right now you're not sure, but you're on here live streaming, and you're doing it.
I'm sure of this. This is awesome. I never would have ever thought to, live
Jump
chat
on or do that.
I would go to the bar or go to the amusement park or go to the mall or go to this concert or go to
Mark, I did the same thing. I was in the music industry. You're talking about DJ. So I was in that industry and we got totally shut down and like, F you, no more of that. And you were kind of running the same thing. And I've sold some of my gear as well. That's a difficult thing to do. Cause you love that stuff. It isn't just whatever, But I kind of did what you did. I had an opportunity to bring in all those networks, all those people I knew, and maybe even family, and say, I'm going to use them to leverage off to jumpstart my deal. I just turned out it wasn't worth it. I kind of did the same thing. There you go, man. I'm telling you.
Got the other one. That's big.
Oh yeah. I feel you. When you said you sold your stuff, I'm like, oh, my heart sank. Because I feel you on that, because it's a life. And
I sold my other passion is cars, and I sold my cars. I sold everything to be able to live a less glamorous lifestyle, to work for myself and have more of a life. And it's hard. It's a hard transition. It really is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I personally have friends that have been DJing for 30 years, and they really, the guys are super ultra professional. They were on they were the house DJs for the Housewives of New Jersey. And so the Brown, they were the people that own the Brownstone in New Jersey, and they were on the show, and they were house DJs, and now they in a bigger company and stuff. And these guys, I actually saw them when all this went down this past year. One of them got so involved with the tech and retransformed himself, and then began doing things with multimedia, with this, with that. Involving himself with streaming so people could see weddings and see this. And so they were looking for him. So he did the right things to make it happen. But it took him spending some money and really learning and going down that rabbit hole of teaching himself a whole nother way to become active.
Live streaming is the future. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone
Yeah,
says.
it's not going away.
No,
Did your friend have a channel before?
Did I?
Did your friend that you just mentioned, did he have a channel before that he transitioned, or this was brand new?
No, so he didn't. He didn't start a YouTube channel. What he did was he started doing some DJing to Twitch so he can get his name out and people could see how professional he looks. And then from there, he basically made himself available by going and doing things on Facebook, on Instagram, and putting himself out there, showing like him doing not just his DJing, but making a team basically with having like roving, whatchamacallit, flying over the head.
Drone
Yeah.
shots?
And
So
filming
this was
and
to
then
promote his business. This was
Yep.
marketing and promotion for his business.
No,
rather
he would
than
actually,
to
this is
showcase.
what he would bring. He wasn't just a DJ. So even when he did my wedding 15 years ago, he brought an extra photographer. I mean, back then he was 15 years ago, he was throwing up the big screen TVs and having things going on. And this was way before like it was even popular.
They were
So
black
he's,
and white big screen TVs.
yeah, there were 12
So he's
inch. You had to
doing- he
get
was-
really close to that.
He was
but-
doing the VJ stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
really a lot of the visual
Yes.
jockey stuff. And
Exactly.
But you know, watching what you just said is crazy because I've been talking about this a lot. This transition, changing lanes, doing the same thing but in a different way. Like on Twitch, especially. Like I keep up on live streaming. Like that's a passion. People like T-Pain is on Twitch. He's probably live right now. He creates beats live in front of you. He has like free streaming music that he gives
Yeah.
away now. You know how much money is in royalty free music? It's
Oh.
royalty free to you, but it's worth millions because
Yeah.
of the ad revenue they get on SoundCloud or
Yeah.
Spotify
Well,
or whatever.
What's his name tells you
Eric
from
Miller.
Alpha Gaming.
Harris
He
Heller.
he tells you straight out that his biggest checks a month are from his
He was
music.
making $1 million a month on Stream Beats or something like that. Like $1
Yeah.
million. And
Yeah.
free music that he created. Free music.
He says that the Stream Beats check each month pays for it outpays everything else as a whole.
yeah.
And so
I can't wait for that studio to get done. It's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, I saw that Nick Merckx didn't move over from Twitch.
No, he's
He stayed-
resigned.
He resigned a huge.
Well, they got enough money to pay him double now because everybody's left.
They had to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but watching DJ Jazzy Jeff, just people the Roots, all these
Yep.
people, UFC fighters, they've all transitioned into this other phenomenon called
Yeah.
live streaming, and I don't think. Can you Twitch on live stream?
Some
You
people
can't.
do.
People do. I mean, it happens.
She's Russian. She's
With enough coffee,
there's a
sure.
Language barrier here, but but no, Amphis is also. No, it's just I'm telling you, I think we'll see. This is only my opinion. I might be wrong. I think we'll see the revenue for live streaming start to catch that of pre-recorded, and pre-recorded is essentially out of business in the future.
I mean, I hope it does because it's definitely part of the. Here's the thing: I don't think they want to pay out because of the tremendous amount of bandwidth it takes to be live streaming.
The whole thing is for them is a time on platform. That's it. That's all they judge.
But what's
everything
the ad revenue for a live stream for them?
Well, mine's like $12 per mil, which is nothing. So it
Yeah, but
depends what we're talking about. So
I mean,
don't know what- I
if
don't
you
know
leave
what-
them up, you're right. So if you leave them up, but obviously the live itself, we're not
no
giving.
one really wants to watch lives back too often. We get some replay. We give like 50.
I know that's the thing. So in a live setting, what is the impetus for YouTube to say, yeah, we want to funnel money into these lives?
Well, I can already see it running. If you go into your studio right now, you can run ad breaks. I can run ad breaks on YouTube now that you can.
Yeah,
never do.
people hate that. I mean, it's going to be something that's going to be a condition for people.
You couldn't manually do that before.
No,
Right.
Ad breaks were generated through YouTube, but now like Twitch, I can do stream markers, I can clip, I can run ad breaks, right? So the writing's on the wall for me because we have like a 50-minute average watch time, which is to me is huge.
It's
That's
massive.
great, yeah.
And I think if they're judging everything now based on time on platform, multi-video views, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, I don't care what anyone tells you, doesn't matter. It's all about retention time and watching another video.
I remember when Twitch really started doing that with the lives, and when G started running those, he was getting hell from his community. They were so pissed when he started running those ads.
Who?
Summit 1G.
Oh yeah.
They were not happy, and he took a hit for a minute. But
Hassan, what's his name? He's part of the Young Turks. His brothers are Young Turks. He's Hassan Abi is his real name, but he's just like the 8th biggest Twitcher out there. He's got like 1,000 live. He talks politics only. He's now joined H3 podcast. If you know who they are, he's they have a show.
You actually told me about them.
Yeah, they have 100,000 members only in their chat.
Did you look at the pay that Twitch was getting? The
Wasn't
top
that
10?
impressive, was it?
Well, I mean, Summit got 5.9 million last year. That's not bad.
That was 19 to 20. That was 2019 to 2020.
Can you answer this at all? How many people do you have to have in a community to sustain a livable wage on YouTube, TikTok? We've actually talked about this before, and
so a rough math is $10 CPM, so that would be $10 per 10,000 views. Just take someone's monthly views and do the math, divide it out.
Yeah, but there's multiple arms of income you could have from a channel.
Right. Yeah. Sponsorships.
I think what's the minimum? I think this is a bare bones minimum.
Depends on your creativity. I mean, live streaming, I think I can make a living right now, a full-time living off of it if I apply myself with 2,600 subscribers.
A lot of people say 1,000. You can live off 1,000. If you have a good community of 1,000, you can do a lot. If you know how to funnel, if you know how to mail market, if you know how to cultivate that and take it off and to these indoctrination schemes, then you absolutely can make a huge living off 1,000.
That comes back to you turning your viewers into a $sign, making them the money.
So this would be
well, it's a business at that point.
It's important to avoid that mentality. I heard that part earlier, Tommy. I agree with that. So the whole that 1,000 gets you into YouTube's monetization again, provided that each of them gives you on average 4 hours. Then you have that unlocked for super chats and all that stuff. And I think why live streaming is successful. The allure of it is that if you're able to really tap into that internet connects all these people from everywhere at any given time. Constantly, basically, just go to the website or type this in, click the link. You're there. Real time interaction it's pretty sweet. It's
you really have to bamboozle people and take advantage of your viewers to make a living off 1,000 subscribers.
And that doesn't have to be negative.
No, you don't think so?
No. It depends. It depends on what you're doing. If you're strictly a live streamer, you don't want to. Then that's just a different thing. If you are in a particular industry or particularly you're a web developer or something and you have built that community, there are things that you can do to channel those through into quite a bit of money actually through funneling.
But you would have to, because the ad revenue with 1,000 people would be...
It's not ad revenue. You'd have to funnel them into other things, other products. So you're funneling them through into something they need, obviously. But again, you're going to have to give away a lot of valuable content to get that.
It's not
you can't just start going out and just saying, "Hey, I got 1,000 people. I'm going to just start selling shit to these people." Right. No, you're going to have a real program and an idea what you're doing.
I had this discussion, and I said the only way I could see myself making money off of my channel is using it as a platform to show what I do and what I talk about. And then if I was to apply myself and put myself out there for heavy duty, high end real estate agents. CFOs, CEOs of companies in New Jersey, which there are a tremendous amount of them. And I would basically go to their houses and build out a small streaming studio and charge them. And that is the biggest thing that I could see myself charging anything for.
But that's, you're actually doing something. You're giving them something though.
No, right. And it will help and coincide with my channel because it will be,
because that's the difference when he's talking about
what I'm doing.
Paying just for a live person to perform for you, in a sense, as opposed to somebody that is giving you value and valuable services and goods or whatever, mostly services. So it isn't the same thing. So I wouldn't say that 1,000 would apply to someone who's just a live streamer. I think you're asking an awful lot of that number. You'd have to be doing something else, so we're not really talking about the same thing.
But then again, if you're that good, if your knowledge, if your information is that good, you won't even see 1,000. You'll blow by it so fast. You'll be at 10,000.
Well, it's a starting point.
So how about this?
You wouldn't have time to set it up.
Using just YouTube, which is AdSense, right, by itself, then that 1,000 number sub count is not going to cut it.
No, heck no.
Alone.
You're not even going to pay your gas with that, dude. You're not going to pay your gas. You're not going to be able to put gas in your car.
Again,
So
we're talking about
only-
live streaming. We're not. You guys are missing the other funneling
no.
aspects of it.
He's
right,
just
but
talking
without
about
without the
AdSense.
funneling aspect, what would be
It's
what
not
would
going
that
to cut
number
it.
be?
Yeah,
To
you're
try
right.
to
Won't cut
answer that the original question, how many
Yeah.
YouTube subs would it take for you to make a living on YouTube, no matter how shitty or
I mean, it
whatever.
depends on
If I
your
could
views.
cuss on it.
I mean, YouTube doesn't cut a single dime for subscribers. Everything is about view.
Right.
I mean, your ad revenue,
It's based on watch time.
it's going
right?
to be like
Retention, yeah.
25 bucks a month.
Yeah, I mean, we know,
Okay.
we know.
So then,
I know
wow.
people that have 100,000
You need a huge
subscribers
number.
that I make more than them with my 2,000 because they have no views because they bought subscribers. You can't look at subscribers. That's so jaded. Look at views.
Sure.
Yeah, that's how you see where the reality of people are. So if a video has 40,000 views, roughly, that's about $400. That's
Yeah.
how
So
you use it.
Haslife, who, by the way, I saw your live stream the other day with the 500 people in there. He has a fishing channel, and this is the first time that he's come in here, and he must be just listening. And he dropped this information too. It's more about views when it comes to making money, and that's what you were just saying, right?
Yeah, I argue because people get so focused because, okay, when we get into this, right, everything is clout driven. Subscribers is what people see. They see your subscribers. They go for that. They want that subscriber because they think their EP gets huge, right? Their EP just gets like they got a 2-foot one. But then you look at their views and you see they're not gaining the same views because they're
not
worried about the
coinciding.
quality. They're not worried about the message. They're just so driven on that subscriber count. It does nothing.
So now let me take that back with what you guys were originally answering is, you can do quite a lot when you include all these other things, merch or
Yes.
super chats, or I think, Tommy, you stream to Twitch and they have their own little system where you can kind of
Right.
interact and with sound effects,
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So how?
Twitch pays better than YouTube by far. Like
That's
for
true.
I can have 6 viewers on Twitch, and I'll make more than my 150 in YouTube. That's the crazy.
So what's your
part.
merch that you have? Is it
I don't
your
have
logo?
merch. I don't do anything.
The
I don't
TB
sell
logo? Oh, you don't have
anything
merch.
to
Okay.
people. I don't think
Okay,
I'll
so-
ever sell anything to viewers.
Just as a tiny little channel that I am, right? And I'm not really touching too much out there at all. And I going back to what Tommy had said, right? I had one video that started doing okay, and D Niman basically said to me, he's like, what did you do right away when you saw these signs? I didn't even know what I was looking for. I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking for. And then when I learned what I needed to be looking for, I paid attention to so much more in my analytics to catch these things faster. So when I have a particular video that I see over a span of time, well, now that it's doubling in the views, something's going on there. Catch on to that. Make sure you pay attention to that, right?
Double down on that video.
And double down on that video, right? And so these are things that I try to tell people because this is what I'm learning, and they can directly impact you.
Earlier, we had a guy, a good friend of ours, he's getting ready to hit 100,000, but his views are just bonkers, right? Millions of views. And he shouted out a girl in our community that had one video. First video he found her. He said he thought he saw something special in her. He shouted her out. She went from like 0 to 1,000 subs in days, and the pressure on that was just, and I can't even imagine, but she did it, dude. She took it and just ran.
Right.
She's still running, and what's Kayla at, like nearly 20,000 subscribers now within not less than a year, and she's built her own like mother. She's a homeschooling mother that resells on eBay full time, and
Oh, that's cool.
and man, her community, her followers, it's a cult. It's crazy.
And what's funny is, like, I've been dipping into some of your community's live streams, and people are like, "What are you doing here?" You're like, "Why are you in here? You're not at eBay."
I love
it. You know why? Because I'm a live streamer. And so I go in there. I want to see what you guys are up to. I want to let you know what I talk is not just talk.
No.
And I want to see what you're doing. And I want to communicate with you. I want you to be able to ask me questions. I love live streaming.
Right.
You're doing it.
Everyone likes money, right? Everyone can use money. You can learn from our live streams in our community how to take everyday things and make more money to get your stream to support your habit that makes you no money.
Yeah.
Offset it.
Yeah, actually,
No.
yeah.
Zero
No, you're
zero
right.
sum. Yep.
your passion, right? Your hobby.
Because you're not going to
guilty
make.
pleasures.
If you're getting into YouTube for money, quit now.
Yep.
Quit.
Right.
Because the chances there's like what is it 1 point? I forget what the number is. Roberto Blake did a phenomenal piece on this last year about the amount of people that
Follows
actually
me
get
on
monetized.
everything. No big deal.
Roberto Blake did a crazy piece. Only what is it?
Cool guy.
1% of the channels get monetized, or in point.
No, I just talked about this actually because I looked it up the other day, and because I was curious myself, so I didn't know, and I looked out.
It might have changed with all the quarantine stuff.
Well, my answer is my thing is I looked up. I said how many YouTube's channels are monetized? What's the percentage? So it's a little different, but out of all the YouTube channels that are out there, it is 1/4% are monetized.
Okay, and then that was probably the number. I was just off, and then he did it again and broke it down. That hit 10,000 subscribers was
It's got to be
a quarter of that percent.
Yes.
So it's like you getting up tomorrow and going to try out for the Knicks or the 76ers
Right.
or the Yankees, and you got the same odds of succeeding.
Right. So Has Life
small.
is saying my YouTube money comes from 90% super chats and merch. Only a small portion comes from ad revenue.
Same,
There you go.
Same
Because
here.
YouTube keeps it all.
Yeah. Well, no, YouTube doesn't keep a lot. YouTube's ad revenue is pretty fair.
Well, he does a lot of big live streams because these guys, like, here's another group of people, right, that I never knew existed.
What are they into?
And these guys are doing like fishing tournaments. They got 5 different cameras out at 5 different lakes or on the same lake, and they're just live streaming for hours. And they have a tremendous amount of people watching it.
Sounds like they have sponsors.
They have.
There are sponsors for sure.
Right. Man, I first discovered fishing on Twitch again. Man, these dudes are out there. Most of them are in Australia because it's a different time zone. It's a whole 12 hours ahead of my time. So it's daytime there, nighttime here. They have thousands of people live streaming, watching them on fish on Twitch. Just never saying a word, not interacting with the chat, just living vicariously through them. While they're sitting at their job, keyboard hacking away,
And that's why, like, Dan and you both said, right, which is 2 experienced YouTubers are basically saying, don't get freaking caught up on falling over yourself about what your live stream is going to be about this week. How great is my video going to just get out there and get the stuff done.
And Dan's even crossed over. Dan C. Bearded's crossed over. He has friends in our niche that are bearded people, like that do live streaming. Like he's Julian. What is Julian's channel? Tracy. I don't know.
Tracy, we need you.
He's on another show with another lady, but they're friends. And I didn't even know that. I found that out in here. It's pretty crazy.
And this is thank you, Cashew. She put Haslife's YouTube channel up right here. Go check it out, man. You want to go see? Like, I was going watching, and I just did I see that? Like 500 people watching.
Bearded Thrift Machine is his name.
How's is the one that fishes? It does that. What Tommy was saying.
That does the fishing. Yep.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's awesome. But now, what do you do when you don't have a tournament or something? Can you go out and practice fish?
You talk bad about the other people in that tournament.
Honestly,
he's a cheater.
Oh, like UFC, like the warm ups, like they show you like rocking it, like you cast 7,000 casts a day, and you like with Rocky theme behind. That would be awesome.
I saw these guys. They'll go live just on the side of the river, and they were bringing in they were fishing or whatever, and they just brought in this. Literally, I don't even know how big this fish was. It looked like 6 foot big, and they brought it out live, and this might be some. I mean, I've never seen this stuff. So maybe
in my parts,
maybe they're just doing this new. Maybe it's like a new thing. I don't know.
It's huge on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube, but what I'm saying is, again, you have an audience, right? If you have an audience that watches you for a tournament, that audience does not necessarily want to see you cutting, fillets out of that fish at home when you're not in that tournament. So you got to be kind of careful what you do with. There are going to be. People only subscribe to us for one reason, not 2, not 3, not 4. They don't care about anything else. If you deviate from that.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is no one's doing something from scratch here. So they're emulating people that are successful.
What are you talking about?
What's that?
I am. Nobody else has made a mess like me.
No, not your kind of mess.
Not yet, anyways, Tommy. I'm on your heels. But I wanted to ask 2 things, unless you guys had something else to add.
Go ahead.
So the microphones that you guys are using, I've noticed almost all of us have
top secret information.
The exact same PSA 1 from Rode, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And I noticed you two have matching microphones, which are dope. First of all, that's really cool. Tommy, do you use the Rodecaster
Yes.
also? So all of us are Rodecaster users.
No, he's using.
No.
They're using. They
It's
have-
RE. It's a
John has
RE.
one.
Yeah, these are RE320s by Electric Voice. So they look a lot alike, and actually they're
No, I
frequency
think
responsive.
are you talking about a Rodecaster Pro for audio?
Yeah, the screen right behind you.
No, I'm not. That's just sitting back there.
I use a Go XLR.
I'm using one. I'm using one right here.
Okay.
So I wanted to
Oh,
ask
I
what
got
you
you.
guys so I guess let me rephrase. For what you guys are using, what is in between? I was gonna write it in the chat, but I'm like, no, I'll save it in case I hop on. I'm
Audio
like,
interface.
what is in between, your microphone to my ears? What's in the path? What do you have it plugged into?
The Wave XLR.
Right here, the Wave XLR.
That's the
And
interface?
This is
Yep.
my Stream Deck, and then I
Okay.
have another audio interface back here that I have plugged into my JBL speakers.
But the one you're
Basically-
using tonight is with it's the Elgato Wave XLR.
Yep. So
And,
you're
yeah.
looking at the software here, right here, up here, and there's not anything else that Jeff and I both have that same audio interface, and there's not anything else besides the Go XLR.
So no
that
physical
Jeff has.
external preamp.
He's been
That
wanting
will-
to do that view all night. He's been waiting for that.
That was an
haven't.
awesome camera angle, first of all.
That's the
So
those two things are the only things that will let you bring audio routing in that big of a way.
Yeah, I use a
I know-
Go XLR and that's it. And the Stream Deck and that's it. Nothing
I know a lot of interfaces have their own either combination of either or both vocal processing and some sort of a preamp or internal preamp built in. So with this and watching some of my own streams, and because again, right here, my headphones, it's going from the Rodecaster just right back into here. So to me, I sound awesome, and the same way to where I'm sure your guys' own video feeds on your end on what you're looking at is going to be better than what's available to everyone tuning in on YouTube. Right? So that's same.
terrible.
I
That's
had
what-
I kind of had blinders over to where I saw I would adjust my stuff over here, not knowing really that it wasn't doing much to affect what was
Yeah.
coming out.
To be really truthful with you, since we're on StreamYard, our audio gets doped down pretty bad. So
Found that out today.
we
yeah,
can't talk
so-
over each other or anything. Like it cuts each other out. Like there's
ducking.
like one
I
channel.
heard that. Yeah, I was
it
like,
does
whoa.
some of that. It's not as bad when we turn off the auto cancellation. But if you have people that aren't properly mic'd up and headphoned up, then you're going to get feedback. And none of us are in that position right now.
There is
But-
advanced options, right, in the audio to turn off like all the auto
Turn that off.
Yes.
fumes, all the stuff like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
don't use it because it seems wonky to me.
Yeah,
So I
we
just
turned
ordered-
everything off.
So there were a few other creators. So that piggybacking on what I was saying, to where it's like again, these guys are like essentially celebrities to me. They got so many subs. Like even if I did tweet them, it'll get buried because they get so many. Right. So no, actually, I on first name basis is with basically everyone who's anyone in the and they won't say it and they won't admit it, and I respect them for it. But it kind of irks me a bit because I'm like, come on, you're allowed to enjoy yourself a bit. Or if you just still don't
Right.
want to on the outside, right, your brand image, admit that, then you're doing it. You're cool. Obviously people rock with you. There's numbers, there's data that so to me, I kind of have to check my fanboy, what's the word when you get like starstruck or like just getting
it's
starstruck
like a
with, oh,
fanboy, right?
right, your fanboy, right, there you go, thank you. So that thing to where it's like these people, I talk to them on Clubhouse every day, I talk to them on Twitter every day, some of them follow me back on Twitter and Clubhouse, and they're live, and
It means
it's
nothing
like,
though,
what?
dude.
Like,
Just get out of that space. Don't worry about it. It means nothing.
Being-
It won't help you ever.
No,
No.
I like it. It's fun. It's cool. Like they're me finding out like these guys aren't jerks and rude, bad people that just put it on for the camera. They're like, this is exactly how what I expect. So to me, I find that interesting.
Jesus,
like,
John.
it's
Just let it
valuable
go,
to-
John. We see the angle. We got it, bro.
To me,
I gotta give
So-
I gotta give my fans what they want. They want
They
to see
don't.
different
There was
views.
one
all right?
person who liked your stupid speakers.
People want to see
So,
different views. I'm gonna give them
oh
different
wow,
views.
look at this. We're in
So-
for a treat. So the point I'm getting at is I can not only like now I'm like, hey, so they responded to me. I can interact with them now. I can ask them my questions instead of just being, what mic are you using? What
Right.
this? What that? So I built some sort of a thing where, hey, by the way, in your video, good job. Or I liked. I noticed a lot of people. Obviously, I picked this microphone because I was like, what mic? I'm seeing it everywhere. I kind of want to get one. I'm going to grab one.
Thanks. Ed.
Again, me thinking that I sound like a studio
you don't.
podcaster person. Well, in here I do. I'm finding out now that this guy is a little too low.
They don't like your voice. Yeah, you can't go on anybody else.
I need a well, I don't like how I sound either. So this was always hard for me. Even DJing, I would not bring a microphone. And even if I did, I would
mean,
be
your
reluctant
voice doesn't sound bad at all.
to MC.
The thing is like you have a Rodecaster Pro with and you're maxed out on your gain right now. So, and basically
a little more, but yeah, I don't know if that's helping.
Yeah, and so
I ordered a preamp. It's like a $90.
Which kind did you get?
The Stealth. What's the?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think it was like $20-$30 off on Amazon.
I did a video on a preamp, and I have it's on back order a lot, but yeah, you're going to want a preamp. And once you get that preamp, it's going to bring up your clean gain by about 20 decibels, and then you'll be in much better shape, and you could back off a little bit on here. And also because you might,
yeah, it sounds like he's clipping out, like he's being
really
like a limit. Yeah, that's what sounds like.
Is that better?
He's also maxed out probably on his.
No, I'm at right now. I'm at line level. I was maybe halfway to the top, between line level and the top on the Rodecaster.
Yeah, but you have to go into your gain.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
that. And so that line level zeroes out at 0, but you go into your channel 1 or channel 2, and then you add the gain in there.
Because it sounds directly. Like a CB versus like a microphone a lot. To me, it sounds like you're like,
Yeah, but he also might have processing on that might not be absolutely perfect for his voice, and it sounds like he does have some type of processing on.
Sounds like breaker, come back.
What should I turn on or turn off?
It's getting that money out of the original Gold XLR.
Any Smoky Smart, come back.
Smokies. Hey, what is it?
What should I turn off?
Bandit. This is
BJ,
this is Rubber.
Call me BJ. I got my best friend Bear. Come back.
Yeah, Bandit. This is Rubber Ducky. Come in.
Is there any lot lizards? Come back. Any lot lizards at the Waffle House? Come back.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
All right. That's why I saw it in the background. I was hoping to get some tips, but that's where I was going with that. I was like,
the Rodecaster is. You remember the SMB doesn't sound perfect for everybody, but you can't start anywhere really until you're going to definitely need a mic booster with that. And so then get your mic booster. Make sure I would start with like almost very little processing. That mic should sound good with very little processing on it.
What if I just switch it up?
You're not gonna be able to fix this on the fly right here tonight.
There's a switch. There's a switch.
You know what?
Turns it off.
You can tell he's sounding better already.
It's already better.
It's already better.
Turn off audio process. So the Rodecaster is a big fluff of nothing.
Well,
it's not a fluff of nothing. That's a hell of a mic. And so
the processor was working against the microphone.
It sounds like
it was killing the presence boost on that mic though. Yeah. That's what was happening. Whatever that processing was, now you just sound much more present.
Right.
Brings out your voice.
Limited. It sounds like he doesn't realize he doesn't have to yell into the mic. Like you hear, I do it too. So I know.
So just talking.
You
just
need
talking.
to
it down a bit.
Like make love to the microphone like these guys do. Don't yell at it like an abusive husband like I do.
And then shout out to the ladies and gentlemen out there joining us on Coffee Talk and Tech, where I have Tommy Bernard of Tommy Bernard Podcast, J.A. Smith, and also yours truly, Mark Sequence, Lifeguard DJ, here hanging out with you on this very fine Thursday evening.
Fix that processing on that voice versus you're screaming at the concrete worker down the street to get coffee.
To bring
but then the other thing is do you have a limiter on there, or do you have a
it's high pass filter, noise gate, de-esser, compressor, and apex, whatever that is.
Is your noise gate off or on?
Well, right now I toggled all audio processing off. I believe noise gate was on.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah, that noise gate is.
You don't need that on.
First of all, you're in an attic and you're using a mic that has a very low noise level. Try to keep the noise gate off. You're going to sound a hell of a lot better all the way around.
Because you guys all sound awesome, which is why I was like, I gotta ask these guys.
You already sound better though.
You already sound
way better now. Like that mic.
You know what
I used to have that mic, so
you know what. And I'm not perfect. I hate the way mine sounds too, so I get it. But
it might just be your voice, Tommy.
It is.
But I like it.
With the Rode, you could probably do the same thing you can with the Go XLR. I just read things to myself while recording it on a button on my Go XLR, and then listen to it back, hear the changes. And I know, even though my voice sounds terrible, like to me, like everyone says, I still can tell if it's being.
Your voice sounds fine.
Well,
Yeah.
Everybody
sounds
hates their
unsure all
voice
the
except
time.
John.
But you can
I
still
like-
tell if your highs are being clipped out or your lows or whatever.
Are
You
being
can
boosted?
just-
Okay,
you
yeah.
just keep playing it, record yourself, play it back until you get to where you think it's,
I would just like to give a shout out to Cashew.
Yes.
She's been ultra
Working,
helpful in our
sweating
streams.
in chat tonight, working
And
hard.
she's bringing up everybody's links right when they're asked for
Yep.
and stuff. And she's really making us look classy.
Yep.
But it's
And we're
her
not,
doing
so-
it.
I thought
Thank
that
you
was
so
a bot
much.
when I first saw.
I know,
like, whoa,
right?
This is so, on
I
it.
just
So
love the name. Kashu,
That's awesome.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit, right?
Fantastic name, right?
She's really great. So
Does she stream
No.
no,
there
she
on another account?
She's more
she
of a,
ran into
let's
us.
just say she's
just
a pro mod. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
6 weeks
Oh.
ago or so, 8 weeks ago, and she's
Valuable.
been
Is she
Very
related-
valuable.
Is she related to Jennifer Hayes? Okay, I think she's related to Jennifer Hayes. We have one of those in our community too. Pro mod that goes to every channel and just drops links all day.
yeah,
So,
she's
Good at what they do.
invaluable to
Invaluable,
like,
yeah.
us.
You can't have her.
But anyway, guys, I really we're overtime tonight. I can't even believe how late we are here.
go.
But I got to get up at 5:50 in the morning, so I really enjoyed having you on, Tommy. Thank you for coming
Yeah,
on. By the
Tommy,
way,
thank you.
And then Mark, it's great. It's kind of like really cool to see you beginning your journey
Yeah.
and rolling with this type of stuff. And you seem really excited about streaming. So, definitely pop in, check us out, let us know what you're doing. And if you have anything that you need some answers for, like tonight is just the beginning with this. And we have experience with a lot of stuff. So I have the Roadcaster right here. So if I can help you in any way, reach out, Coffee Talk and Tech on Instagram, and I can always get back to you quicker that way, or an email is on the YouTube channels.
no Twitter?
And nope, no Twitter. I'm not using it. And Jeff streams on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. So if you ever want to stop in at Jeff's on Tuesday, then we're in there too. So
Yeah,
Jay Smith.
I hit you on a mark. I hit you on a sub mark. So
Oh,
I'll
sweet.
see
Hey,
you
thanks.
come
I
in.
appreciate it.
Oh no, my pleasure.
on?
It's so good to meet you. And what?
Likewise. Are you on Twitter? Or are you have the same
I am
philosophy?
on Twitter. It's under
It's-
Jazz
it's
Drums.
it's so fast. It is
'Cause
very
Nick,
fast.
it is.
I have to work.
It's like it's casual. It's right on the water cooler. It's down someone on the street. Hey, I saw
All
Twitter,
right.
and then
I'm out of here. Or you're never
I
gonna-
agree with that.
See you guys.
All right, man. He
that was
just
abrupt.
disappears. He's like
He's Batman.
Boom.
Boom. I'm
All right,
Batman.
listen, we're gonna let you go, Mark. Because I got to get going. So, thanks for coming on, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back and join us again.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
Man.
Thank you guys for having
It's gonna
me.
be fun to watch, man.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
man. Talk
ya.
to you soon. Bye. And wow, what a heck of a night! Remember, I was telling you, I texted you like, I'm gonna try to keep it 90 minutes.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm like, well, we're almost on there. It's about an hour and a half.
We kind of blew that out of the window.
Kind of
didn't we?
went right by that. Which look, that's the whole thing about live streaming. You can try to plan, and you just got to go with it. Just go to
Yeah,
bed and let them
exactly.
keep going, John. Yeah, that's right.
It was great though to have everybody stop in. And Has Life, by the way, thanks for stopping in for the first time. I really appreciate that. I've stopped into some of your stuff and left a couple comments, and then sometimes I would just watch actually too.
I know I'm not a great fisherman. I did live down south. There's a lot of fishing down there, so I jumped over to Haz's and his sub because I do want to check that out. It sounds really
I
interesting.
met him through Green Machine.
Oh,
Is
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And so Green Machine Outdoors, and then basically I found Has Life through them, and
Now does I don't know. You don't know.
and
I was gonna
from
say,
Circle Hook Productions
Clinton.
too with Clint.
Clinton,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Does he? Does Haz? Do you on Twitch too? Did he say he also streams on Twitch? I'll
I
find out.
didn't
I'll
see
find
that,
out.
but
I'll find out.
but anyways, I appreciate him stopping in here and saying
absolutely,
hi because
of
it was a great add to everything. And okay, so this was our first time, my first time streaming in 1080p. I'm going to be curious to see how it looks in StreamYard tomorrow.
It looks
And,
pretty good sitting here. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it comes out. But everybody, I'm going to try to jet out kind of soon because I do have to get up early tomorrow. And
I do
man,
as
this
well,
stream
actually.
went like super well. Very happy with all the people that came up. We had a great time.
Oh, it's only as good as the people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
We didn't have a lacking of that tonight, so that always makes it fun.
Yeah. Well, this is, I'm going to probably set it for 6 and then jump out of bed and barely brush my teeth, wash my face, and
Your
get
hair's
my
going to
coffee.
take forever, though. It's
going to be tough. Nick, thanks for sticking around and hanging
you,
with
Nick.
us. I appreciate it.
Nick's good.
And Emerged,
How you doing?
I was hoping that you were going to jump on tonight because I was excited that if you would have. But, we're going to do like something at least once a month where we have some people on. So I hope that one day we can have you on. That would be great because we're always looking for the people that are excited to stream and get started and do some exciting things. And I'm glad you're still around here at this late at night, but I appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping in.
And far north home, Antifa said looks better. What? Looks
The stream, the quality of the stream.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good.
It does look pretty sharp. I have to say, it looks really, really much more sharper than we've had.
Brian.
Oh,
True.
no, Brian. We'll
Thank you. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate that. Look at that. I mean, that's
Schley. That's Schley.
Yeah.
Schley,
that was part of the reason I wanted to have her on too, because I wanted her to correct us
on the
with
name,
the name,
which was so bad. It's so embarrassing. I'm just going to say like Odessa, it's Odessa, but Schley, Odessa.
Shay or Shay. And I almost want her to send me a message hyphenetically to make sure that I'm.
That's what it's come to. Right. Maybe she could say it into a digital recorder, send us a little MP3.
Yeah, that's right. You can do that on there too. You can just do it on like a DM and Instagram and
just
say
correct these dummies.
Yeah. She has glaucoma, so that's not asking the right person.
Okay.
Anyways, one of the things that I found is that I have this. You have your YouTube channel, and then you put in your description about things.
Yeah.
But my channel just says Coffee Talk and Tech on there. And then I find myself always going to people's channels to find their names there just to double check. And their names are never there. And my name wasn't there either. And I was like, you know what? I got to go into this description. And I said Coffee Talk and Tech. And I put in my name in parentheses, John Ryan. Because I feel like we always forget to put our name into the channel. So
we do. I think a lot of people do. Well, mine's kind of built into it in a sense, but a lot of people don't. You're right. I'm seeing more and more of it, though. I'm saying,
okay.
Go to my page. I say it. Awesome. See?
Yep.
She's got a 101 for dummies for names on her.
Exactly. And Patrick Murphy, we're going to be heading out. I can't even believe I stayed up this late, but that's cool. You're saying hi. Yeah, I appreciate you coming by. I really
Lighting up
do.
the likes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And saying,
Hit that like button.
Appreciate, because I don't say that. And I appreciate that people care.
I know, I always forget to.
All right, people. Thank you so much, everybody. It's
been real, Indy.
You've came in here and I saw you dropping some stuff. I didn't get a chance to really say hi. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Art is still here. Art's like, I'm gonna come back and watch. You're just watching.
And he's trolling now.
Yeah, he's trolling. So thank you for coming on, Art. All right, people. Have a fantastic night, and I'll catch you guys next Thursday. Stop at JA's place on
See you next
Tuesday.
Come on over Tuesday. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of fun. And are you going to barbecue?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Good.
It's going to happen. Bring in some
get
ribs.
out of here.
Let's do it. All right, brother. Great stream, you moron.
Bye.